It's time for North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Schroeder kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. 2-2, that one is lined sharply and through into center field. A.J. Louston will round third. He is on his way. He is going to score. And the Plainsmen break the tie here in the bottom of the sixth off the RBI single by Connor Higgs.
Now let's send it to the voice of the Plainsmen, John Willis, for today's game.
Well, good evening and welcome to Billwood Field for the final of this homestand and the fourth of 7 between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Hastings Sodbusters. Well, hello and welcome into our Pepsi pregame show. My name is John Willis, excited to take you through this night game to finish out this homestand for the Plainsmen taking on the Hastings Sodbusters. For the Plainsmen, 21-13 on the year, 11-8 here at home, and 4-3 in the second half, 2 games back from 7-2 Fremont in the race for the Nebraska Land Division. For the Hastings Sodbusters, 18-17 on the year, 4-4 in the second half, and they are 2 games back of first place. They stand in third place right behind the North Platte Plainsmen. These two teams battled it out in a doubleheader yesterday, which was split. Sodbusters took game 1 7-3, and then for the Plainsmen in game 2, they took it 3-0 off of a dominating pitching performance by Peyton Leon, who went 7 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts for Leon. It was a tie game headed into the bottom of the 6th, but then an RBI single by Connor Higgs and Giancarlo Servine, along with a sacrifice fly by newcomer Sage McMinn. The Plainsmen held on to win that one 3-0 to get their 21st win of the season. So it's the last time that the Sodbusters and the Plainsmen will play here at home. Still 6 more times that these two teams will play after tonight, but they will all be at Duncan Field in Hastings. Coming up on our pregame show, it's my postgame conversation from yesterday with head coach J.M. Kelly. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel. Your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, are looking for host families for our players, coaches, and interns this summer. Players just need a safe place to come home to and will be on the road half of the season. Players will be in your home for about 35 days during the summer. Host families get free season tickets and discounts on swag and ballpark food, as well as private get-togethers at the ballpark and all the love from the Plainsmen. To find out how to host a North Platte Plainsmen ball player, intern, or coach, call us at 252-1445 or visit northplatteplainsmen.com for more information.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The Brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it happen many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball tonight on the Plainsmen Radio Network as the Plainsmen get ready to take on the Hastings Sodbusters for the 4th straight time. I was able to talk with head coach J.M. Kelly after the doubleheader yesterday, and he said that Game 2 win was very important to get.
We needed that. Obviously, you want to win every game you play, but when you lose Game 1 of a doubleheader, the goal at that point is to go win Game 2 and avoid being swept. Just a great job by our guys to not let Game 1 impact Game 2. At any point, we could have rolled over in Game 2 right there and just went, man, things aren't happening for us. Nothing's happening. But Peyton Leon carried us through that and got himself out of some trouble in a couple of spots. Never really any big trouble, just a couple of times runners at second, less than 2 outs, and pitched around. I think he had a runner at second with no outs at one point, struck out 2 and got a fly out. So just a really great job by him to keep us in the game as long as he did and allow our offense to get going there in the 6th. So,
yeah, I wanted to talk about Peyton Leon. He throws a complete game shutout here. 7 innings, only 2 hits, 11 Ks for him. Just what sparked this performance from him, and how exciting were you to see a performance like that from him?
That's the Peyton Leon I saw when I would go home and go watch games. That's the Peyton Leon I heard about all throughout high school. And so I'm glad. He, other than the first start of the year, he hasn't really had a terrible start. And but to go see him do something like that, kind of break through that barrier, to get through all the way through to the 7th inning and then complete that 7th inning was big for him. And as far as I know, he's going to be with us the rest of the summer. So we're gonna continue to try to get him outings like that. That way, when he goes back in the fall, he's ready to roll. So great job by him. That's just a product of hard work and not letting the circumstances of game one dictate your start for game two.
And then last question for you, after some offensive struggles, what was the key to getting the bats going in the 6th for you guys?
Connor Higgs being a jackwagon. You get runners at first and second. Well, honestly, we get the runner at first, get AJ on first, then Drew tries to lay down a bunt, it hits him. And, we go from 1 out runner at second to no outs, runner at first, and then we end up getting first and second with nobody out. And I'm sitting there going, Connor's going to bunt. Well, Connor doesn't bunt, and so now Connor gets the 2 strikes, and I start kind of panicking, going, oh, something's not going to happen. And lo and behold, he barrels up a ball, and they bring in a new guy, and same thing. I think Carlo even asked Angel, should I bunt? And I just told Carlo, I trust you, man. Whatever you want to do, but I trust you, and I'm with you. And another single up the middle, and then we manufacture another run with Sage. So, just a really good inning. That's the innings that we're accustomed to having when we get guys on early in the inning. So, good to see us do that. Hopefully, we can carry that over into tomorrow.
Big thanks to Coach Kelly for talking to me after yesterday's game. Coming up, I'll rejoin you from Billwood Field. Get your starting lineups and first pitch as we bring you the last game at Billwood Field this season between Hastings and North Platte. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hello, this is Grace.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews.
From Billwood Field, getting you ready for first pitch in our Pepsi pregame show. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Hastings Sodbusters, under the direction of head coach Luke Bay. Garrett Kennedy again will lead off for the Sodbusters. He'll be in left field defensively. Then it'll be Aaron Harper. Harper will bat second. He's at third base. Nick Jones, he'll be batting third. He will be behind the plate. So first real change in the top 3, with Larson usually being in the top 3. Then it'll be Cam Constantine. He's batting cleanup. He'll be DHing. Then it'll be Sawyer Duddleston. He will be in right field. He'll be batting 5th. Batting 6th will be the first baseman, Trevor Madsen. Then it'll be Tegan Tamia, the second baseman. He'll be batting 7th. Danny Garcia will bat 8th. He'll be at shortstop, and then rounding out the starting 9 for the Sodbusters, it'll be Blake Burrows, who will be in center field. So again, for the Sodbusters, it'll be Kennedy, Harper, Jones, Constantine, Duddleston, Madsen, Tamia, Garcia, and Burrows. Getting the start on the hill will be Will Horton, the 6-foot left-hander, who is 3-0 in the season, getting his 5th start of the year and his first against the Plainsmen. Here's how the Plainsmen will line up under the direction of head coach J.M. Kelly. Cade Wood, he'll be batting first. He'll be at shortstop. Drew Sturgeon, he's batting second. He's in center field. Giancarlo Servine, one of the 4 Plainsmen players making their last start with the Plainsmen this summer. He'll be batting third at second base. Connor Flagg is batting cleanup. He'll be DHing. Angel De La Cruz, he'll be batting 5th. He's at first base. Sage McMinn, he gets his 3rd start of the season. He's batting 6th at third base. Lucas Johnson, he'll be batting 7th. He'll be behind the plate defensively. And then Cesar Garcia, the second of 4 Plainsmen players getting their last start. He'll be batting 8th in left field. And Garrett Thompson, another player who's making their last start with the Plainsmen, he'll be batting 9th in right field. So again, for the Plainsmen, it's Wood, Sturgeon, Servine, Flagg, De La Cruz, McMinn, Johnson, Garcia, and Thompson. Getting the start on the mound will be Carson Leiden, getting his first start of the season, the 6'2 left-hander from Eugene, Oregon, and his 3rd total appearance. He is making his final start with the Plainsmen this summer. So 4 Plainsmen will be wrapping up their North Platte first-year careers here tonight with Giancarlo Servine and Garrett Thompson from Texas A&M Kingsville, Cesar Garcia, who attended Butler Junior College, and then Carson Leiden, who was with Oregon this past summer. Take a look at the uniforms for the Plainsmen. They will be in their black uniforms with the North Platte lettering on the front, green letters, white outline with white pants, green socks, and the green caps with the Plainsmen logo. For the Sodbusters, they will be in their road yellows with green lettering, white outline, gray pants, and green caps with the H logo on the front. So it should be a fun matchup here in Game 4 of this 7-game series, and the final one here at Billwood Field is tomorrow. The Plainsmen will head to Duncan Field in Hastings to take on the Sodbusters there for a 3-game ending of the series out in Hastings. All first pitches at 6:35 in Hastings coming up throughout the week. Go through the starting lineups one more time real quick. For Hastings, Garrett Kennedy batting first, Aaron Harper batting second, Nick Jones, he's batting third, Cam Constantine, he'll be batting cleanup, and then Sawyer Duddleston, he'll be batting fifth. Trevor Matson 6th, Tegan Tamia 7th, Danny Garcia 8th, and Blake Burrows, who will be batting ninth. So Kennedy, Harper, Jones, Constantine, Duddleston, Matson, Tamia, Garcia, and Burrows, with Will Horton getting the start on the mound, who's 3-0 with a 3.42 ERA. And then for the Plainsmen, Cade Wood leading off, Drew Sturgeon batting second, Giancarlo Servine batting third, Connor Flagg batting cleanup, Angel De La Cruz batting fifth, Sage McMahon 6th, Lucas Johnson 7th, Cesar Garcia, he's batting 8th with Garrett Thompson rounding out the starting 9. So Wood, Sturgeon, Servine, Flagg, De La Cruz, McMinn, Johnson, Garcia, and Thompson, with Carson Leiden getting his first start and his third total appearance with the Plainsmen this summer. He's been a dual threat for the Plainsmen. He's been in the batting order as well as pitching for the Plainsmen so far this summer, so he can really do it all for North Platte. Well, that'll wrap up our Pepsi pregame show. Coming up, it's first pitch from Billwood Field in the final of this homestand between the Sodbusters and the Plainsmen. First pitch is coming up from North Platte as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel. Here at
This is Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte, order online at Domino's.com, or call us at 308-534-0400. That's 308-534-0400. Domino's? Oh, yes, we did.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arch pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 65 years. Hibner's Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
One thing's for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation when you travel locally or across the country. Adventure to great places.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience.
For first pitch here from Billwood Field between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters in Game 4 of this 7-game series. Let's meet the starting pitcher. It's Carson Lyden, the 6'2 left-hander from Eugene, Oregon, played with the University of Oregon this last season. This is his last game with the Plainsmen. No record for him on the year. He has no ERA. He has 2 appearances so far, both out of the bullpen. Pitched 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. His last appearance was June 30th against the Western Nebraska Pioneers, where he went 2 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and no walks. He'll be the starting man on the hill for the Plainsmen here this evening against the Hastings Sodbusters. Here's how the Plainsmen will line up defensively. Cesar Garcia making his final start as a Plainsman. He's out in left field. Drew Sturgeon in center. Garrett Thompson also making his last start. He is out in right field. Sage McMinn is at third. Cade Wood at short. Giancarlo Servine, one of the 4, also making his final start, with Angel De La Cruz at first and Lucas Johnson behind the plate. So it should be a fun one tonight here from Billwood Field. Pretty nice crowd here on a Monday afternoon. The final of this now 4-day homestand with 5 games after our doubleheader yesterday. It was supposed to be a 5-day homestand, but that game Thursday against the Nebraska Prospects had to be canceled due to field conditions. That game may be resumed at a time to be determined. Garrett Kennedy, the right-hander out of Omaha, Nebraska, will lead things off here in the top of the first for the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters, a team that struggled mightily offensively in Game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday, only managing 2 hits against Peyton Leon, no runs, and they struck out 11 times in 7 innings. Ready here for first pitch from Carson Lyden to Garrett Kennedy on a, compared to yesterday, cool day. After 108 first pitch is the first pitch from Carson Lyden is a strike. First pitch tonight at 6:38. Like I mentioned, 108 first pitch temperature yesterday. Today it's 82. Winds coming out of the north at 12 miles per hour. So much cooler feel here tonight at Billwood Field. The 0-1 pitch to Kennedy is popped up. Chasing it is the catcher, and Dutch not making the catches. Lucas Johnson behind the plate. It just stayed fair, but Johnson could not get a glove under it, so no balls and 2 strikes the count from Carson Lyden to Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy, who's 5 for 14 against the Plainsmen. He has scored 6 runs, though, against the Plainsmen in their games that they've played so far this season. Plainsmen leading the season series with the Sodbusters 4-3. The 0-2 pitch from Lyden will miss high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. For Lyden, the pitch that works the best for him is his fastball. He has been zipping it in there in his relief outings. But if he wants to go long, probably has to use more of an assortment of his pitches here this evening. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lyden gets the one he wants. He now steps back, kicks and deals to Kennedy. 1-2 pitch. That one's going to ring him out. So strikeout number 1 for Carson Lyden, and the leadoff batter is retired here in the top of the first. So bring up Aaron Harper, the 6'2 right-hander out of Hemet, California. Plays his college ball in Northern Illinois. 6 for 21 he is against the Plainsmen. He scored 1 RBI. He has knocked in 1 RBI and has struck out 3 times in his 21 at-bats with Hastings against North Platte. Leadoff strikeout to Garrett Kennedy. Gets Kennedy looking. It's Carson Lyden again making his first start here tonight with the Plainsmen. First pitch misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here from Carson Lyden to Aaron Harper. Same first two in the order, really, that we've seen all series. Brandon Larson did bat second yesterday in Game 2 of that doubleheader. Larson not in the lineup tonight for the Sodbusters. That one is fouled back. And so count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike. For Aaron Harper, he's batting .324 on the season. 5 doubles, 2 triples, so 7 extra base hits, 21 RBIs, 108 at-bats for Aaron Harper through 29 games. 1 ball, 1 strike from Lyden to Harper, the 1-1 pitch. That one is swung on, skied up into shallow left center. Coming under it is Drew Sturgeon, the center fielder. He makes a routine flyout and 2 quickly retired here in the top of the first. So now this will bring up Nick Jones. Nick Jones, the 5'11" left-hander out of Little Rock, Arkansas, plays his college ball at Arkansas Tech. He stands in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top of the first. In the games that the Sodbusters have won against the Plainsmen in this series, they have always scored in the first inning. As the first pitch misses high, 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start here to Nick Jones. Game 1 of this series, they scored 1 run on 2 hits. Game 2, 1 run on 2 hits. And then they did not score in the first inning in the 3-0 win, and that was the win for the Plainsmen, as that one is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count from Carson Lyden to Nick Jones. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leadoff strikeout by Kennedy, and then Harper just flew out to center field. Lyden steps back, he kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch. Check swing as that one misses low. Jones was not close to going. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count from Carson Lyden to Nick Jones. Constantine stands on deck for the Sodbusters here in the top of the first, if they get to him. As the 2-1 misses high, it's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Carson Lyden to Nick Jones. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 out, nobody on for the Sodbusters in the top of the first. The 3-1 pitch from Lyden. 3-1 will miss little low and away. So it's a 2-out walk to Nick Jones, and the Sodbusters have a base runner. So now this will bring up Cam Constantine. Constantine joining the team on this trip to North Platte. He's played in 3 games so far, 2 hits and 8 tries. He has 2 RBIs back in that first game. He struck out 3 times and walked 1. He stands in with 2 away, and now a runner leading away from first for the Sodbusters here in the top of the first. First pitch from Lyden. Fastball will miss upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Carson Lyden to Cam Constantine. Constantine, the right-handed DH, played his college ball with Texas this spring. 1 ball and no strikes. Lyden comes set with Nick Jones leading away from first. The 1-0 pitch from Lyden swung on and missed. Fastball gets him swinging and missing. So Cam will even out. 1 ball and 1 strike from Carson Lyden to Cam Constantine. Sawyer Duddleston stands on deck if they get to him here in the top of the first. No score between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters. Leadoff strikeout to Kennedy. Fly out by Harper, and then a walk to Nick Jones. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carson Lyden kicks and deals to Cam Constantine. Grounder to second. Servine has it get past his glove. Wood can't make the play. And so now 2 base runners here in the top of the first for the Sodbusters. Go down as an error on Servine. And so now runners at first and second. So now this will bring up Sawyer Duddleston. Duddleston stands in after the walk and the E4. He comes in with 2 runners on, 1 in scoring position with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Lyden just trying to get out of it here in the top of the first, keep this game tied up at nothing. Lyden comes set, ready for the first pitch to Sawyer Duddleston. First pitch off speed. Will catch the inner half of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Duddleston, the 6-foot right-hander from Springdale, Arkansas, plays his college ball at Arkansas Tech. This season, he's 2 for 11 against the Plainsmen with 4 strikeouts. No balls and 1 strike. Lyden, the left-hander, comes set, facing the right-hander, Sawyer Duddleston. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. That one hits Duddleston in the foot. And so now the bases will be loaded. Well, 2 quick outs to start the top of the first, but an walk, an error, and a hit by pitch has the bases loaded for the Sodbusters here in the top of the first, as this will bring up Trevor Madsen. Madsen, the 5'11" right-hander out of Riverside, California, who plays his college ball at Gardner-Webb. 203, he's batting. He hit his first home run of the season against the Plainsmen a couple games ago. That was back in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. It was that 5-run top of the third for the Sodbusters. First pitch to Madsen. That one will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Carson Leiden to Trevor Madsen. So now the ball gets behind Leiden, but on the throw back from Johnson. But Wood was right there to make sure nothing happened. So 1 ball, no strikes. Leiden to Madsen, the 6th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the first. Nobody has reached on a hit so far, though. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch to Madsen. That one will miss low. 2 balls and no strikes. The count here from Carson Leiden to Trevor Madsen. Again, leadoff strikeout, then a flyout. But then a 5-pitch walk, an error at second by Servine to get Constantine on, and then Duddleston was hit in the foot. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch to Trevor Madsen. 2-0. That one's in there for a strike. First strike of the at-bat. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. As now the ball again on the throw back from Johnson gets over the head of Leiden. Wood and Servine are right there. Nobody advances. 2 balls, 1 strike to count from Carson Leiden to Trevor Madsen. Madsen, the right-hander, who is 3 for 17 against the Plainsmen with 8 strikeouts, but he did have that big home run in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader, and then in game 2 he was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Madsen. 2-1. That one is going to be lined into deep right. Garrett Thompson, though, he is able to get under it, and the scoring threat will not come to pass. No runs, no hits, 1 error. The Sodbusters leave 3 on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be Wood, Sturgeon, and Servine. After half an inning, no score between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Joe Bob Sugarmaker here. KJ's Boots and Western Wear has everything Western. Boots, hats, shirts, jeans, jewelry, even that fancy Yellowstone cologne so you can smell like a cowboy, not the horse he rode in on. KJ's Boots and Western Wear. Just off the eye.
For the bottom of the first, after the Sodbusters had the bases loaded in the top half of the first inning, but Plainsmen get out of it. As now we will meet the starting pitcher for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's Will Horton, the 6-foot left-hander from Fort Worth, Texas, plays his college ball at Arkansas Tech. 3-0 Horton is on the season with a 3.42 ERA. 4 starts, 5 appearances for Horton. He's pitched 21 innings, 11 runs, 8 of them earned, 27 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 8 walks for Horton on the year. His last start was July 2nd against the Casper Horseheads, where he went 6 innings, 2 runs, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he took the win in that contest. Here's how the Sodbusters will line up defensively. Garrett Kennedy, he will stand in left field. Blake Burrows, he's in center with Sawyer Duddleston out in right. Aaron Harper, he stands at third with Danny Garcia at short. Tegan Tamiya's at second, Trevor Madsen at first, and Nick Jones is behind the plate. It'll be Wood, Sturgeon, and Servine set to lead off this bottom half of the first. After, again, 2 outs to start out the Sodbusters in the top of the first, strikeout and a fly-up, and then a walk, error, and a hit by pitch. Loaded up the bases for Trevor Madsen, but Madsen flew out to end off the inning. Cade Wood set to lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. Trying to get some offense going again. Even in the game yesterday where the Plainsmen won that game, it still wasn't a whole lot of offense as they scored all 3 of their runs in the 6th. Other than that, there really was not much going on for the Plainsmen offensively. Cade Wood, the right-hander, will lead things off here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him is a strike from Horton. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start. Wood, the 5'10 right-hander out of Atlanta, Texas, plays his college ball at Ranger Junior College. He leads things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. We've talked about his struggles against the Sodbusters. He's now 0 for 17 against Hastings this season with 2 strikeouts, still looking for his first hit of the year against the Sodbusters. .218 he's batting on the year with 9 RBIs, 1 home run. No balls and 2 strikes the count from Will Horton to Cade Wood to lead off this bottom of the first. The 0-2 pitch. That one is swung on, struck well into left center. That one is going to get sliding catch by Blake Burrows. Wow, he made that at the warning track. Slides, makes a magnificent catch, and robs Cade Wood of an extra base hit. Well, thought that was going to be his first hit against Hastings, but the curse remains now. That one is just one for Cade Wood that you got to tip your cap to. That was a fantastic sliding catch by Blake Burrows out in center. So bring up Drew Sturgeon. Sturgeon, the left-hander, stands in. 6-foot lefty out of Farmington, Arkansas. Plays his college ball at Central Arkansas. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Will Horton. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Horton to Sturgeon. Sturgeon 3 for 11 against Hastings with 1 double, 3 runs scored for Sturgeon at the top of the order. He sends that one through the 4-6 gap into center field. It's a 1-out single for Drew Sturgeon. And he has a 1-out base runner for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. It's the first hit for either team so far here tonight. Now let's bring up Giancarlo Servine, making his final start as a Plainsman this summer. Servine, the 6'1 right-hander out of Edinburgh, Texas, with Texas A&M Kingsville this last spring. .367, he's batting 11 doubles, 6 home runs, 27 RBIs. He's 5th in the Independence League in batting average, 3rd in home runs, and 6th in RBIs. He stands in with 1 away, Sturgeon leading away from first. As Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Giancarlo Servine. Fastball catches the inner half of the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. Servine is 7 for 26 against Hastings this summer. 2 doubles, 2 RBIs for Servine against these Sodbusters. No balls and 1 strike. Horton, the left-hander, looks on to the right-hander, Giancarlo Servine. That one is fouled off and out of play. Behind the plate, no balls and 2 strikes the count. Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. Servine standing in after the 1-out single by Drew Sturgeon that got through into center field for a 1-out base hit after the long flyout by Cade Wood to lead off the bottom of the first, which would be a hit probably against most center fielders, but that was just a fantastic sliding catch at the warning track by Blake Burrows. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Servine, the 0-2 pitch, will just miss a little out. So count will now move 1 ball, 2 strikes from Horton to Servine. Connor Flagg stands on deck for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Horton to Servine here in the bottom of the first after the Sodbusters left the bases loaded in the top of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch from Horton. 1-2 misses upstairs. So now the count will even out 2 balls and 2 strikes from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. And Servine, the 3 batter. He's at second base defensively for the Plainsmen here tonight. Beautiful night here. Clear skies. Low 80s here after a 105-plus game yesterday. 2-2 is swung on and missed at the low off speed. And so now 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. First strikeout for Will Horton, and now this will bring up Connor Flagg. Flagg standing in with 2 gone, and Drew Sturgeon leading away from first. Flagg, 6'1", out of Greenbrier, Arkansas, plays his college ball at Central Arkansas. He is 9 for 17 against Hastings, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored for Connor Flagg against the Sodbusters this season. Horton comes set with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch to Connor Flagg will just miss a little low and out. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here to Connor Flagg. Flagg in 26 games, batting .362, 22 runs, 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 21 RBIs. 1 ball and no strikes. Horton comes set, looks on to Connor Flagg. The 1-0 pitch to Flagg will miss upstairs. So it's now 2 balls and no strikes to start out. Will Horton to Connor Flagg. So 2-0, the count starts. From Will Horton to Connor Flagg. 2 balls and no strikes. Horton comes set lefty to lefty with 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. The 2-0 pitch. That one is swung on, lifted into right center. That one is going to be caught again. A nice running catch by Blake Burrows. He makes 2 nice catches in this inning. And that'll end off the bottom half of the first for the Plainsmen. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The Plainsmen leave 1 on base. We will head to the top of the second. It'll be bottom of the order. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Sodbusters with Tamia, Garcia, and Burrows. After 1 complete, no score. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Just off the I-80 interchange in Hershey.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more. From our bountiful selection of scenic golf courses, our world-class zoo, the breathtaking Lake Minnetonka, and our family-friendly community events, we have something for you and your family year-round. Come visit Nebraska like you've never seen it. Your next experience awaits you in Scottsbluff County.
Hello, I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse there.
1 complete, John Willis back with you from Billwood Field for the top half of the second inning. Tegan Tamia will lead things off for the Sodbusters here as we start out this top half of the second inning. Sodbusters left the bases loaded in the top of the first, but all their work was with 2 outs, and it was all walks, free bases, and a hit by pitch. Walk error and a hit by pitch to load up the bases. First pitch to Tamia, grounded off his foot foul, so no balls and 1 strike. The count will start. Tamia, the 5'5" right-hander out of Hilo, Hawaii, plays his college ball at Washburn University. He is 1 for 14 against the Plainsmen this season with 6 strikeouts. No balls and 1 strike from Carson Leiden to Tegan Tamia. Leiden shaking off a couple pitches. He now gets the one he wants. No balls and 1 strike the pitch. 0-1 catches the inner bottom corner. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Carson Leiden to Tegan Tamia. Again, Leiden got in a bit of trouble in the top of the first, but got out of it after making Trevor Matson fly out to right field to end off the top half of the first inning. No balls and 2 strikes the pitch to Tamia. 0-2 is fouled back to the screen. So count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Tamia through 26 games, batting .269. He scored 23 runs. He has 3 doubles, 10 RBIs, 22 strikeouts in 26 games as well for Tegan Tamia. No balls and 2 strikes. Leiden kicks and deals. 0-2. That one is going to be lined left field side, just foul on that left field line. So count still no balls and 2 strikes from Carson Leiden to Tegan Tamia. And just underway here in the top of the second. No score between these two. So yesterday in that game 2 of the doubleheader, nobody scored until the bottom of the 6th, and it was those 3 runs that were the difference maker for the Plainsmen. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Tamia, the 0-2. Curveball misses low. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now from Carson Leiden to Tegan Tamia. It's Tamia, Garcia, and Burrows here as we start out the top of the second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leiden looks on to Tamia. Again, taking a long pause here. He now steps back, kicks and deals. The 1-2 pitch will miss high and away. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to count. This is a Plainsmen and Sodbuster team that will get very familiar with each other. They already are at this point. They have now played 3 times here in the second half, 7 times total as the Plainsmen lead the season series 4-3. That one is going to be lined sharply into right field. It'll just get down in front of Thompson for a leadoff single here in the top of the second.
Now batting for the Sodbusters, the shortstop from San Jose State.
So now let's bring up Danny Garcia. Garcia, the right-hander, stands in after the leadoff single by Tegan Tamia. Garcia, the 5'11 right-hander out of Oakland, California. He plays his college ball at San Jose State. He stands in after the leadoff single. First hit of the ball game for the Sodbusters, as that one is going to be grounded foul along the third base line. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Carson Leiden to Danny Garcia. Garcia in 15 games, .277 batting average, 7 RBIs, 10 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 6 runs scored. Stands in after the leadoff single by Tegan Tamia. Leiden gives a look at Tamia. Now here's the 0-1 pitch to Garcia. Check swing. Well, they say he went. They say he doesn't. So that one was close, but count will just even out 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 from Leiden to Garcia. Leiden comes set, gives a look at Tamia on first. The 1-1 pitch to Garcia will miss well high. A nice glove by Johnson. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count from Leiden to Garcia. 1 walk, 1 hit batter so far for Carson Leiden as we start out this top of the second. Leadoff single by Tamia to right field that just got in front of Garrett Thompson. 2 balls and 1 strike, the pitch to Garcia. Fastball misses a little high. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike to count from Carson Leiden to Danny Garcia. Garcia, the 8-hitter. He's at shortstop defensively for the Sodbusters here tonight. 3 balls, 1 strike. Kicking and dealing is Leiden. That one will miss high. It's the second walk of the game for Carson Leiden, and now runners at first and second. Still nobody out here in the top half of the second inning. So now let's bring up Blake Burrows. Burrows stands in with nobody out. Runners at first and second here in the top half of the second. Burrows, the 5'6" left-hander out of Weatherford, Texas. Plays his college ball at UT Rio Grande Valley. Corner infielders in for the Plainsmen, with the other infielders their normal depth. Servine, the second baseman, playing a little farther in. First pitch, fastball is in there for a strike to Blake Burrows. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start. Burrows, 3rd best batting average on the team. 15 games played, batting .370. 2 doubles, a triple, 6 RBIs, 10 runs scored, and 9 strikeouts. Left-hander stands in with runners at first and second here in the top of the second. No balls and 1 strike. Leiden comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Burrows will miss high. 1 ball, 1 strike to count from Carson Leiden to Blake Burrows. 3 for 11 Burrows is against the Plainsmen with 2 strikeouts. He stands in with nobody out. Runners in first and second for the Sodbusters here in the top half of the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leiden comes set. The 1-1 pitch here to Blake Burrows. Swung on and missed. So now the count will move to 1 ball, 2 strikes as the Plainsmen try to weather the storm here in the top of the second and get their first out of the inning. One ball, 2 strikes. The left-hander Leiden comes set, lefty to lefty, with nobody out in the top half of the second inning. The 1-2 pitch will miss low, and now it gets away from Lucas Johnson. And so now there's 2 runners in scoring position. Still nobody out in the top half of the second inning. It's a wild pitch. Advances. Tamia to third, Garcia to second. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Sodbusters here in the top half of the inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Carson Leiden to Blake Burrows. With nobody out, runners at second and third. Still no score between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters. Entire infield now plays in for the Plainsmen. 2-2 pitch lifted foul and out of play. So count just stays even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count from Leiden to Burrows. Love to try to get Burrows at the plate here. 2-2 pitch. 2-2. That one is going to be lifted into deep center. Sturgeon is going back on it. He will make the catch. Tagging is Tamia. He will get into home easily, and advancing to third is Garcia. The Sodbusters take the lead here in the top of the second off the sacrifice fly by Blake Burrows. So now runner at third with one gone in the top of the second. Sodbusters now leading this one 1-0, and this will bring up Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy, top of the order for the Sodbusters. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The 6'2 right-hander from Omaha stands in. Victim of the first and only strikeout so far for Carson Lyden as the first pitch. Fastballs in their first strike. Down the heart of the plate. No balls and one strike. The count will start here from Carson Lyden to Garrett Kennedy. So 0-1 the count starts. Lyden comes set. No balls and one strike. The pitch to Kennedy. That one is swung on and missed. That time off speed. Slowed Kennedy down a little bit, so no balls and two strikes from Lyden to Kennedy, with Aaron Harper standing on deck. Lyden gets the one he wants. He now comes set. Infield still in for the Plainsmen. The 0-2 pitch to Kennedy. Misses low, and it gets away from Johnson. Scoring from third is Garcia, and it's 2-0. Plainsmen not helping themselves for sure. Now two wild pitches here in the inning. Now one has scored a run. It's now 2-0 Sodbusters here in the top of the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. From Lyden to Kennedy, base is now empty with one gone. The 1-2 pitch from Lyden. That one's going to be swung on and lined into center left field for a base hit. So Sodbusters keep things going here in the top half of the second inning. They've now scored 2 runs on 2 hits. This will now bring up Aaron Harper. Harper, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center in his first appearance back in the top of the first. Leadoff single by Tamia, a walk to Garcia. Wild pitch advances them to second and third. Sacrifice fly by Burrows. Wild pitch scores Garcia. And now Kennedy singles through the 5-6 hole into left field, and it's 2-0. Lyden, the left-hander, comes set, ready to face Aaron Harper. First pitch from Carson Lyden. Curveball misses well low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Carson Lyden to Aaron Harper. Harper standing in after 2 runs have come across for the Sodbusters here in the top of the second. 1 ball and no strikes. Lyden kicks and deals. 1-0 pitch. Again, off speed, misses low and inside. That one closer to the strike zone, but still missed. 2 balls, no strikes now the count. So 2-0 with 1 gone, and Kennedy leading away from first. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch here from Carson Lyden is now taking off. Is Garrett Kennedy. Throw to second will not be in time. It's a stolen base. And 3 balls and no strikes the count to Aaron Harper. Disaster of an inning so far for the Plainsmen here in the top of the second, trying to get out of it without anything else coming across. It's 3 balls and no strikes to count from Carson Lyden to Aaron Harper. Lyden comes set, checks at Kennedy on second. The 3-0 pitch to Harper catches the inner half of the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. So 3-1 from Lyden to Harper. Lyden comes set, 3 balls and 1 strike after count started at 3-0. 3-1, curveball misses away. Second walk of the inning, 3rd walk total for Carson Lyden, and now runners at first and second, still only 1 gone in the top half of the inning. So now out comes assistant coach Eric Sandos to talk with Carson Lyden here. As Nick Jones will step to the plate, the 6th batter to come to the plate for the Sodbusters here in the top of the second. Double play is set up, though, so walk not the worst thing in the world, but you also don't want it to come back to bite you where they could score a little more. So after the Sodbusters didn't score anything on 2 hits yesterday in Game 2 of the doubleheader, they've scored 2 runs here in the top of the second to take an early 2-0 lead over the Plainsmen. Sandos, the catcher, Johnson, and Leiden talking on the mound, trying to figure things out here in the top of the second. Sodbusters leading it 2-0 over North Platte. Sandos will head back to the dugout. Leiden will remain in the game and try to figure things out here in the top half of the second inning. Again, Leiden making his final appearance with the Plainsmen this summer. Long wish on Carlos Servine, Cesar Garcia, and Garrett Thompson, all in the starting lineup. Nick Jones stands in, who walked in his first appearance in the top of the first. As Leiden comes set, first pitch to Nick Jones, off speed. Thrown down the heart of the plate, no balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Carson Leiden to Nick Jones. So 0-1 the count starts. Leiden takes a long pause. He now comes set with the 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch here to Nick Jones. 0-1. That time sped him up with fastball low. No balls and 2 strikes the count. So 0-2. Leiden trying to find the second out of the inning here in the top of the second, with the Plainsmen now trailing 2-0 to the Sodbusters. No balls, 2 strikes. Leiden gets the sign he wants. He now comes set. Gives a look at Kennedy at second. Now 2 looks, and now here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2, that one is going to be grounded to first. De La Cruz fumbles with it, and no outs are going to be made. Plainsmen cannot just not catch a break here in the top half of the second inning, and now the bases are going to be loaded for Cam Constantine. De La Cruz was thinking of going to second, but then couldn't get his glove under it. Now the bases are going to be juiced for Cam Constantine. Second error of the ball game for the Plainsmen. It's now runners first, second, and third here in the top of the second. Chance for the Sodbusters to really blow this one open. Constantine reached on an E4 in the top of the first. First pitch to Constantine. Swung on, fouled back to the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Carson Leiden to Cam Constantine. Constantine, the right-hander, standing in. Stands at 6 feet out of McKinney, Texas. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Leiden. He kicks and deals. 0-1, skips in the dirt low. So count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 the count from Leiden to Constantine. One ball, 1 strike. Carson Leiden comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Constantine. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the count here from Leiden to Constantine. Again, Constantine getting his 4th start of the season for the Sodbusters. Joined the Sodbusters. They were here in North Platte. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Leiden to Constantine. 1-2 pitch, soft grounder to third. Throwing to second is in time. And that's only the second out of the inning, so another run scores. I don't think the Plainsmen quite knew that there was only 1 out. As Kennedy scores from third, Harper advances to third. Jones is called out on the fielder's choice, and Constantine reaches on the fielder's choice. So now this will bring up Sawyer Duddleston, who was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. He comes in with 2 outs and runners at the corners. Leiden comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Sawyer Duddleston. So they will try to pick off Constantine, but Constantine is back in there. It's a nice pickoff move by Leiden, but Constantine read it well. So still a fresh count here from Carson Leiden to Sawyer Duddleston. First pitch to Duddleston is swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Carson Leiden to Sawyer Duddleston. So swinging and missing is Duddleston at that first pitch. Leiden trying to get out of the inning with nothing else coming across. No balls and 1 strike. Lighting comes set lefty to righty with 2 gone here in the top of the second. The 0-1 pitch. That one is going to be grounded and goes off the bag at third. Scoring is Harper. Now in at third is Jones. Constantine. And going to second is Duddleston. It's a RBI double for Sawyer Duddleston. So again, Plainsmen just cannot catch a break. So that one just hopped off the third base bag. Now Trevor Manson, the 9th batter of the inning, will come to the plate. 2 runners in scoring position. Chance for more for the Sodbusters as Lighting comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Trevor Manson. First pitch fastball misses high and in. 1 ball and no strikes. So the Sodbusters are going to likely bat around here in the top of the second. They've scored 4 runs. 2 walks, an error for the Plainsmen here in the top of the second to help the Sodbusters out a bit. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch from Leiden. That one is going to be lined into left field, but right to Garcia. That'll be the end of the inning. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. The Sodbusters leave 2 on base. We at the bottom of the second. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be De La Cruz, McMinn, and Johnson. After 1.5, Sodbusters lead at 4-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
Hi, this is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. And if you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. We have a small activation fee, and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a success.
Ready for the bottom of the second. Sodbusters score 4 in the top half of the inning, and they now lead this one 4-0. So now Plainsmen will look for some offense. So that's been a struggle for them all series so far against the Sodbusters, and so now they will try to get something going with Angel De La Cruz leading things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second. First pitch on its way is a ball, as that one just misses inside from Will Horton. 1 ball and no strikes. De La Cruz, the 6-foot right-hander from Brooklyn, New York, plays his college ball at UT Rio Grande Valley. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch from Horton, the 1-0, that one will miss upstairs. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 to De La Cruz, who's 5-0 against Hastings with 3 RBIs. That one will catch the strike zone. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Horton, the left-hander, getting his second inning of work after he had a long break in the dugout, as that one chopped grounder to short. Going to be a long throw for Garcia, but he's able to make it and beat out De La Cruz, and the leadoff batter is retired here in the bottom of the second. So now this will bring up Sage McMinn, the 6'6 left-hander. Going to be playing his college ball at Missouri Baptist. He stands in with 1 gun, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second. Sage McMinn, the 6'6 left-hander out of Wilsaw, Montana. So far with the Plainsmen, yesterday he had a sacrifice fly for an insurance run in that 3-0 win. He immediately grounds it to the first baseman, Matson, who steps on the bag and quickly to retired here in the bottom of the second. So now let's bring up Lucas Johnson. Johnson, the 6'3 right-hander out of Burlington, Ontario in Canada, who plays his college ball at Wright State. Johnson stands in with 2 away, nobody on. Johnson still batting over 500 through 12 games, batting at .516, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. And 8 runs scored for Lucas Johnson. First pitch to him will miss low and in. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start. Here from Will Horton to Lucas Johnson. Lefty to righty with 2 gone. Nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss at that low inside fastball. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Will Horton to Lucas Johnson. Johnson, the 7-hitter, catching tonight for the Plainsmen as the 1-1 pitch. Soft grounder to third. Scooping it as Harper. Throw off of 1 foot is in time. And the Plainsmen are retired in order here in the bottom of the second. Well, at the top of the third, 2 up, it'll be Tamia, Garcia, and Burrows for the Sodbusters. After 2 complete, Sodbusters lead this one 4-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
For a beautiful lawn. Healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 65 years. Hibner's Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our...
We're through 2 complete from Billwood Field. It's all Sodbusters so far in this one as we start out the top half of the 3rd inning. In his last appearance at the Plainsmen, Carson Leiden's day is done. He goes 2 innings, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. Replacing him is Micah Ford. Ford will take the place of Carson Leiden here in the top of the 3rd. It's our runs of pitching change. Micah Ford, the 6'3 right-hander out of Bedford, Texas, plays his college ball at Ranger Junior College. Ford, 2 starts, 8 appearances. He's pitched 20 innings, 21 runs, 15 of them earned, 33 hits, 16 strikeouts, 8 walks. He has a 2-1 record, 1 save, and a 6.75 ERA. The right-hander stands in to face bottom of the order here in the top of the 3rd with 7, 8, and 9. The Sodbusters batted around in the top half of the 2nd inning to take a 4-0 lead. As we start out this top half of the 3rd, Tegan Tamia will lead things off for the Sodbusters. Tamia, 1 for 1, he singled and scored in his first appearance to lead off the top of the 2nd as well. Ford comes set, first pitch to Tamia, swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start here from Micah Ford to Tegan Tamia. So quick outing for the starter, Carson Leiden, for the Plainsmen here tonight. Now hoping that Micah Ford can go a quality couple innings for the Plainsmen here. That one is grounded to 3rd, long throw for Sage McMinn, but it's going to be in time. A nice lunge by De La Cruz at first. He makes a fantastic catch on a dart of a throw by Sage McMinn. And the leadoff batter is retired here in the top half of the third inning. So bring up Danny Garcia, the right-hander, walked and scored in his first appearance in the top of the second. He advanced to second on a wild pitch and then scored on a wild pitch in that 4-run top of the second for the Sodbusters. First pitch to Garcia. That one is going to be swung on the line into center field, but a nice running catch by Drew Sturgeon. And quickly to retired here in the top half of the third inning. So I also bring up Blake Burrows after 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. Burrows sacrifice fly RBI back in the top half of the second for the Sodbusters. The left-hander stands in with 2 gone, nobody on for Hastings in the top of the third. Micah Ford comes set, righty to lefty with 2 gone here in the top half of the inning. Sodbusters leading the Plainsmen 4-0. First pitch, that one will catch the outer half of the corner, so no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Micah Ford to Blake Burrows. Again, Burrows, the left-hander, the 9-hitter. He's in center field defensively for the Sodbusters. That one will skip low, so count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike from Micah Ford to Blake Burrows. So 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 misses low and away. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. And Ford coming in relief of Carson Lyden here in the top of the third. Got the leadoff batter to ground out to third. Garcia flew out to the center fielder as the 2-1. That one is struck up into deep right field, but no issue for Garrett Thompson making the catch out in right field. So it's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Sodbusters here in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Plainsmen have 8, 9, and 1 due up with Garcia, Thompson, and Wood. After 2.5, Sodbusters lead this one 4-0. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Want a career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Number 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your...
The bottom of the third after the Sodbusters go 1, 2, 3 in the top half of the inning, and Micah Ford's first inning of work. Will Horton ready to face 8, 9, and 1 here in the bottom half of the third of a Plainsman offense that continues to struggle. Trying to get things going here in the bottom half of the inning. Cesar Garcia making his final start as a Plainsman this summer. The 8-hitter playing in left field leads things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third. Cesar Garcia stands in, the 5'11 right-hander out of Los Lunas, New Mexico. Played with Butler Junior College this last year, but here's the first pitch from Horton. We'll get to that in a second. That was foul off, no balls and 1 strike. But Cesar will be attending Bellevue College out in Bellevue, Nebraska in the Omaha area. He'll be going there next year. That information now public, so best of luck to Cesar Garcia as he moves on in his college career. As the 0-1 is grounded to third, Harper is on it, throwing to first will be in time, and Garcia is retired to lead off this bottom half of the third inning. So now let's bring up Garrett Thompson, also making his final start for the Plainsmen. The left-hander, standing at 5'11", from New Braunfels, Texas, plays with Giancarlo Servine at Texas A&M Kingsville. Left-hander stands in after the leadoff ground out by Garcia, the third baseman. Thompson, featured him on our player spotlights between our doubleheader yesterday. Got a chance to talk with him ahead of his last couple starts with North Platte. First pitch to Thompson. That one is going to be lifted into deep right field. That one is going to get over the wall. It's a solo home run for Garrett Thompson, and he has put the Plainsmen on the board here in the bottom of the third. His final start as a Plainsman. He gets a solo shot, and the Plainsmen get their first run of the game here in the bottom half of the third. Well, that's a way to get the offense going for the Plainsmen. Solo home run by Thompson. Plainsmen have now cut the lead to 3, 4-1 here in the bottom half of the third inning. So now this will bring up Cade Wood. Wood 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field in his first appearance. Wood stands in after the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. As the first pitch from Horton, off speed, catches the inner half of the plate, no balls and 1 strike. The count will start here to Garrett Thompson. Cade Wood after the Thompson solo home run. So no balls and 1 strike to Cade Wood. Wood flew out to center in his first appearance in the bottom of the first. Tries to check up on that swing but went too far. No balls and 2 strikes the count from Will Horton to Cade Wood. Thompson, that's his second home run of the season, the first one here at Billwood Field. As the 0-2 pitch to Wood. Check swing. That one missed, and the field umpire will say that Wood did not go. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count from Will Horton to Cade Wood. And Wood at the top of the order, shortstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Horton to Wood. The 1-2 pitch swung on, grounded foul over near the Plainsman dugout. So count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes from Will Horton to Cade Wood. Horton, the left-hander, looks on to Cade Wood. Has the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on. The 1-2 misses low and away. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes the count from Will Horton to Cade Wood. 2-2. Horton steps back, he kicks and deals. 2-2, that one is going to be lined into center field, but a couple steps to his left is Burrows. He makes the catch, and 2 retired here in the bottom of the third. So now this will bring up Drew Sturgeon. The left-hander stands in. He singled in his first appearance in the first. He has one of the 2 hits for the Plainsmen here so far tonight. So Sturgeon stands in after the fly out to center field by Cade Wood. Wood has gotten great contact on both of his hits, or of his outs now, but the sliding catch by Burrows in center on the first one, and now a running catch by Burrows in center again. So that first pitch missed. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Will Horton to Drew Sturgeon. 1-0 the count. The pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike the count now from Will Horton to Drew Sturgeon. So Horton gives up his first run of the contest off the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. As the count is now even, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1, Horton kicks and deals. 1-1 off speed, will miss. 2 balls, 1 strike now the count from Horton to Sturgeon. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Horton gives a look. He now comes set, kicks and deals the 2-1. 2-1 catches the inner half of the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Horton to Sturgeon. So 2-2 the count. Horton shakes off a sign, shakes off another one. Now comes set with the one he wants. The 2-2 pitch on its way. 2-2, that one is grounded to third. Harper fumbles with it, and he will not make a throw to first. It's the first error of the game for the Sodbusters, and now Drew Sturgeon reaches. So now this will bring up Giancarlo Servine. Servine, 0 for 1. He struck out in his first appearance back in the bottom of the first. Again, he is also making his final start with the Plainsmen here tonight. Coming set is Horton, ready for the first pitch here to Giancarlo Servine. First pitch. That one is going to be lined sharply, just foul on the left field line. So no balls and 1 strike, the count will start. From Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. So that one is just stripped foul down the third baseline. No balls and 1 strike, the count. From Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. Servine, one of the 2 Texas A&M Kingsville players that have been with the Plainsmen this summer, with J.M. Kelly, head coach, assistant coach Eric Sandos also both being from Kingsville, as that pitch off speed misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. So 1-1 the count, with Sturgeon leading away from first, who's reached base both times. He singled in the first and then reached on an error in the third. 1-1, that one is popped up foul territory behind the plate. Jones, the catcher, gives it a look. He will not make the catch as it just lands in front of the Hastings dugout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. 1-2 with 2 outs, and Sturgeon leading away from first here in the bottom of the third. Plainsmen have gotten their first run here in the inning off the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Horton, the left-hander, takes a long pause. He now comes set, ready for the 1-2 to Servine. The 1-2 pitch. This is low and away. So count will even out. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Horton to Servine. Servine now 7 for 27 against the Sodbusters this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sturgeon away from first. 4-1, Sodbusters leading it in the bottom of the third. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, that one hits Giancarlo in the elbow. And so now runners at first and second for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third. So now this will bring up Connor Flagg, the left-hander out of Central Arkansas, stands in. He actually represents the tying run here. So he stands in with 2 outs. Sturgeon from second, Servine from first after he was hit by the pitch. So Horton looks on, runners at first and second, 2 outs in the bottom of the third, trying to keep this game 4-1. Horton first pitch to Flagg. That one will catch the bottom part of the strike zone. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start. From Will Horton to Connor Flagg. Flagg flew out to center in his first appearance in the bottom of the first. That was a really nice running catch by Blake Burrows, who made 2 fantastic catches in that first inning. No balls and 1 strike, coming set is Horton. Now kicks and deals the 0-1. 0-1 skips low. Nice stop by Jones to advance any runners from moving, so count will just even out 1 ball and 1 strike from Will Horton to Connor Flagg. Sturgeon from second, he reached on the E5. Giancarlo Servine is at first, he was hit by a pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, Horton comes set. Gives a look at Sturgeon leading away from second. The 1-1 pitch to Flagg. That off speed will miss low. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-1 the count with 2 gone. 1 run has come across for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third. 2 balls, 1 strike. Horton comes set with the one he wants. 2-1 to Flagg, and now he will look back and chase Drew Sturgeon back to second. Horton forced the Plainsmen to go 1-2-3 in the second, but now a little bit of trouble here in the third, trying to limit the damage to only 1 run for the Plainsmen. 2 balls, 1 strike. Horton again looks at Sturgeon, and now kicks and deals to Flagg. 2-1 is lifted up, foul territory, third base side. It will land foul just in front of the Plainsmen dugout. So count will even out 2 balls and 2 strikes from Will Horton to Connor Flagg. Again, this is Horton's 5th start of the season, his 6th total appearance, and his first time facing the Plainsmen. Plainsmen and Sodbusters have played each other 7 times up to this point. They will play 6 more times after tonight's game. So a total of 14 times in the regular season. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the pitch from Horton. 2-2 pitch is taking off for third is Drew Sturgeon. He's in there without a throw. Count now goes full to Connor Flagg. Not a double steal, though, as Servine stays put at first. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes from Will Horton to Connor Flagg. Well, the first sign of trouble for Horton so far in this one. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the payoff pitch by Horton as Servine now takes off, but it is just poked foul by Flagg over near the warm-up circle for the Plainsmen. So count remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Will Horton to Connor Flagg. Big spot here for the Plainsmen as these last couple of games against the Sodbusters, they haven't been able to take advantage in these situations, and now trying to do so here. The count full, and a 3-run game. Second straight payoff pitch, 3-2. That one is struck up into center field. Coming under it is Burrows. He makes the catch. Plainsmen will leave 2 runners on base. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 3rd. We head to the top of the 4th. Do it for the Sodbusters. It'll be top of the order with Kennedy, Harper, and Jones. After 3 complete, Sodbusters lead this one 4-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Hi, this is Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening
complete from Billwood Field. John Willis with you on Citrus 3, our online radio streaming service, our mobile app available on Android, as well as our YouTube channel. Plainsmen cut into the lead in the bottom of the 3rd off the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. They now trail this one 4-1 here as we start out the top half of the 4th inning. Micah Ford faces top of the order here to start out the top of the 4th. Ford ready for his 2nd inning of work. First pitch misses to Kennedy. 1 ball and no strikes. Kennedy is 1 for 2. He singled and scored. In his last appearance in the top of the 2nd, also stole a base. 1 ball and no strikes to start out forward to Kennedy. The 1-0 pitch. That one is swung on, lifted into deep left field. Cesar Garcia gives it a chase. That one will bounce off the wall. Kennedy is into 2nd for a leadoff double. Kennedy is now 2 for 3 so far tonight. So Sodbusters trying to immediately answer here in the top of the 4th after the solo home run by Thompson in the bottom of the 3rd. Sodbusters, who went 1-2-3 in the top half of the 3rd, ground out in 2 flyouts. This will bring up Aaron Harper, the right-hander, who's 0 for 1, flew out to center in the 1st, walked and scored in the 2nd. So Harper stands in after the leadoff double by Kennedy that just bounced off the wall in left field. Micah Ford comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Aaron Harper. Rips one down the 3rd base line and foul. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Ford to Aaron Harper. So again, Ford coming in after Carson Linen, the starter, went 2 innings, gave up 4 runs and 3 hits. 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. 0-1 pitch to Harper. Will miss low and away. Can't even out 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the first appearance for Micah Ford since June 30th when he faced the Western Nebraska Pioneers in a 10-3 victory. Got the win in that contest. Went 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk for Micah Ford in that one. 1 ball, 1 strike from Ford to Harper. 1-1 pitch. That one is grounded foul, and a great stop by Sage McMinn over at third. He now has Garrett Kennedy caught between second and third. It's dropped by Servine. Throw on to third. Cade Wood is able to tag him. So that one, a messy play, but the Plainsmen get the better of it. Reaching second is Aaron Harper. He'll reach second on the fielder's choice, as Kennedy thought that was going to get past the glove of Sage McMinn. A fantastic diving stop by him. So Harper stands at second on the fielder's choice. And now 1 gone here in the top of the 4th. This will bring up Nick Jones, who is 0 for 1. Reached on an error in the second and then walked. First pitch here to Nick Jones. That one is lifted up into right field. Garrett Thompson moving under it. Now Drew Sturgeon, the center fielder, calls him off. He'll make the catch. And 2 gone now in the top of the 4th. So getting that leadoff runner at second was huge for the Plainsmen. As Aaron Harper now stands at second, he reached on the fielder's choice, and now the Plainsmen 1 out away from getting out of the leadoff double. Cam Constantine stands in, who is 0 for 2, but he's reached both times. Error to second in the first, and then he reached on a fielder's choice in the second. The right-hander out of Texas stands in with 2 gone, and Harper leading away from second. First pitch from Micah Ford will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here from Micah Ford to Cam Constantine. Again, Ford, not a big strikeout guy for the Plainsmen. He just does what he needs to do to get outs, as the 1-0 will miss high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The count from Micah Ford to Cam Constantine. So 2 outs. Plainsmen trying to keep this game separated by 3 here in the top of the 4th. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Micah Ford. Fastball misses high. 3 balls and no strikes. The count here from Ford to Constantine. So 3 balls, no strikes. Sodbusters out hitting the Plainsmen 4-2. They lead this one 4-1. A 3-0 pitch from Micah Ford to Cam Constantine. That one will catch the inner half of the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike now to count from Ford to Constantine. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Sodbusters leading it 4-1 over the Plainsmen. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ford gives a look at the base runner in Harper. The 3-1 pitch. That one is ripped and through into left field for a base hit. Putting the brakes on at third is Harper. So still a chance to get out of it here for the Plainsmen, as the run was not able to come home to score. So now this will bring up Sawyer Duddleston. Duddleston is 1 for 1, an RBI double in the second, and was hit by a pitch in the first. He stands in with 2 gone and runners at the corners for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 4th. Plainsmen had runners at the corners in the bottom of the 3rd, were not able to take advantage. Sodbusters will try to take advantage here in the top of the 4th. First pitch off speed, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Micah Ford to Sawyer Duddleston. One ball, no strikes. Coming set is Ford. The 1-0 pitch to Duddleston. 1-0, that one is ripped to third. McMinn has a little trouble on it. Late throw on to first. It'll be in time. So the score threat will not come to pass for the Sodbusters in the top of the 4th. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. They leave 2 on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It will be De La Cruz, McMinn, and Johnson. After 3.5, Sodbusters lead the Plainsmen 4-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
0400. Domino's? Oh, yes, we did.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arc pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy...
Bottom of the fourth, Plainsmen trailing in this one 4-1 as we start out this bottom half of the fourth inning. Micah Ford has come in, thrown 2 quality innings out of the relief for the Plainsmen, and now they'll try to keep the offense going. After the solo home run got the scoring going for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the third. For North Platte, they trail this one 4-1 here as we start out this bottom half of the fourth inning. Angel De La Cruz will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. De La Cruz 0 for 1. He grounded out to short in his first appearance in the bottom of the second. The right-hander out of UT Rio Grande Valley stands in to lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the fourth. He was the leadoff hitter in the second as well. That was the inning where the Plainsmen went 1-2-3. He swings and misses at the first pitch from Will Horton. So no balls and 1 strike, the count will start. Horton has now pitched 3 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. He has 1 strikeout, no walks, but he has hit a batter. So no balls and 1 strike from Horton to De La Cruz. The 0-1 pitch from Horton. 0-1 curveball misses inside, so Ken will even out 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1 to lead off this bottom of the fourth with the Plainsmen trailing by 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Horton kicks and deals to De La Cruz. The 1-1 low pitch swung on and missed. So 1 ball, 2 strikes from Will Horton to Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz, who's now 5 for 9 against the Sodbusters this season. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Start out De La Cruz here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-2 pitch from Horton. 1-2 is swung on and missed. Another low pitch gets Angel chasing. It's the second strikeout for Horton. And the leadoff batter is retired here in the bottom of the fourth. So bring up Sage McMinn. McMinn, the 6'6 left-hander, is 0 for 1. He grounded out to first base in his first appearance in the bottom of the second. Again, he made his Plainsman debut yesterday. Had a big sacrifice fly for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the sixth of that game, too, to give the Plainsmen an insurance run. They won that one 3-0. First pitch from Horton misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts from Sage McMinn. 1-0. That one hits McMinn in the right arm. So now a base runner for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the fourth. So now let's bring up Lucas Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in his first appearance back in the bottom of the second. The right-hander stands in after the hit-by pitch from Horton to McMinn. It's the second batter that Horton has hit so far through 3 1/3. Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch to Lucas Johnson. First one, that one is struck up into right center field. And that one is going to be caught for the second out here of the inning by Burrows. So now let's bring up Cesar Garcia. Garcia again in his last game in a Plainsman uniform this summer. Garcia 0 for 1 so far. He grounded out to third in his first appearance back in the bottom of the third. He was the leadoff batter in that inning where Garrett Thompson ended up getting a solo home run. Coming set is Horton, ready for his first pitch to Garcia with McMinn leading away from first. Garcia fouls the first pitch back and out of play. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start from Will Horton to Cesar Garcia. Garcia, the 8-hitter, out in left field. Again, he will be playing at Bellevue College next season after playing with Butler Junior College this past spring. Home plate umpire needing to get some new balls here before getting ready for this 0-1 pitch from Will Horton to Cesar Garcia. Garcia, who now has yet to record a hit against the Sodbusters this season. He's 0 for 5 against Hastings. No balls and 1 strike. Horton comes set. The 0-1 to Garcia. That one skips low and inside. In the dirt, so count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Horton to Garcia. So 1-1 with 2 outs. McMinn leading away from first, and the Sodbusters leading the Plainsmen 4-1. The 1-1 pitch from Horton. 1-1 off speed, misses low and in. So 2 balls and 1 strike, the count from Horton to Garcia. 2 strikeouts now for Horton so far through 3 2/3. Has forced a lot of groundouts and flyouts so far out of the Plainsmen. Had a couple help from his center fielder Blake Burrows so far tonight. He has made some fantastic catches out in center. Check swing. Thought they said he didn't go. This time will be called by Cesar Garcia. They will dust off home plate here. Two balls, 2 strikes. From Horton to Garcia. Horton kicks and deals the 2-2 pitch. That one skips low, and now advancing to second is Sage McMinn. He is in there. McMinn watches the ball sail into center field, but not enough for him to advance any further. So now McMinn stands in scoring position. The count is full to Cesar Garcia. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count is full from Will Horton to Cesar Garcia. With 2 outs, McMinn leading away from second. Horton comes set. Here's the payoff pitch. 3-2, grounded sharply to second. Tamiya's on it, thrown to first will be in time. Plainsmen will leave another runner stranded in scoring position. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Plainsmen leave 1 on base. Well, at the top of the 5th, 2 up for the Sodbusters. It'll be Matson, Tamiya, and Garcia. After 4 complete, Sodbusters lead this one 4-1 over the Plainsmen. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel. Your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte.
Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation when you travel locally or across the country. Adventure to great places.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Hello. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
Trevor Matson, the leadoff man for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 5th as the first pitch from Micah Ford is lined sharply foul on the left field side. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Micah Ford to Trevor Matson. So far for Ford, no runs allowed on 2 hits in 2 innings. He has no strikeouts, but no walks either. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch from Ford. 0-1 off speed, catches the inner half of the zone. Now no balls and 2 strikes. The count from Micah Ford to Trevor Matson. Again, just underway here in the top of the 5th with the Sodbusters leading this one 4-1 over the Plainsmen. as the 0-2 skips low in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count. Again, this is the 4th of a 7-game series with the Sodbusters. 4 here at Billwood Field, and now tomorrow the Plainsmen will head off to Hastings to finish out the series out a little east of the state. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch from Ford. 1-2 will miss low. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. So far, Sodbusters leading in this 7-game series 2-1 after winning the first 2 games of the series. Plainsmen grabbing game 3, 3-0. 2-2 the pitch to Madsen. The 2-2 misses high. 3 straight balls by Ford. And the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Ford to Madsen. So now payoff pitch by Ford. 3-2. That one is sent up into right center field. Garrett Thompson, the right fielder, moving under it. He will make the catch, and the leadoff batter is retired here in the top of the 5th. So now this will bring up Tegan Tamia. Tamia's 1 for 2. Single and a run scored in the 2nd, and then grounded out to 3rd into his 2nd appearance in the top of the 3rd. The 5-5 right-hander stands in with 1 gone. Nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top half of the 5th inning. Ford comes set, ready for the first pitch to Tamia. That first one is grounded to 3rd, and it will get under the glove of McMinn into left field. So it'll be a 1-out single for Tegan Tamia. So now this will bring up Denny Garcia. Garcia walked in his first appearance in the 2nd. Then flew out to center field in his 2nd appearance. He stands in with 1 gone and a runner on first after that sharp grounder gets just under the glove of McMinn for a 1-out single by Tamia. First pitch misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts from Micah Ford to Danny Garcia. 1 ball and no strikes. They'll try to pick off Tamia. Tamia wasn't ready, and now he's trying to dig for 2nd. He is now caught in a run down between 1st and 2nd. They'll throw it back to Ford. Hesitation by Tamia. Ford will tag out Tamia. And there's now 2 gone here in the top of the 5th, so the pickoff move works for Micah Ford. And Tamia is out. So now 2 outs. 1-0 the pitch to Danny Garcia with nobody on for the Sodbusters in the top of the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes. Ford looks on to Garcia. Garcia again walked and scored in the 2nd, scored on a wild pitch, and flew out to center in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes the pitch. The 1-0 will miss low. 2 balls, no strikes now the count from Micah Ford to Danny Garcia. 2 balls, no strikes. Ford looks on. He kicks and deals to Garcia. The 2-0 pitch will miss away. 3 balls, no strikes now the count from Ford to Garcia. So rough start to this at bat. 3 straight balls from Micah Ford to Danny Garcia. Ford will try to come back into the strike zone here to try to avoid putting a runner on base. The 3-0 will miss. So it's a 4-pitch walk. Garcia didn't even think it missed as he was waiting for the next pitch. He'll now head to first. It's a 2-out base runner for the Sodbusters here in the top half of the 5th inning. So bring up Blake Burrows. Burrows 0 for 1. He flew out to right field in his in his 2nd appearance in the 3rd and had a sacrifice fly. His first appearance back in the 2nd. Burrows, the 9-hitter in center field defensively, has made some fantastic catches out in center field tonight. First pitch strike from Micah Ford. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Ford to Burrows. Shadows starting to creep over the field here at Billwood Field. Sun over on the first base side. So creeping over from right to left here on the third base side of the press box. 0-1 will miss. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count from Micah Ford to Blake Burrows. Micah Ford trying to get out of the inning here to keep this game where it is. As the 1-1 check swing, it catches the zone anyways. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count from Ford to Burrows. Righty to lefty with 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. Sodbusters leading it 4-1 over the Plainsmen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ford gives a look at Garcia on first. The 1-2 pitch now is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 1 for Micah Ford, and that'll be the end of the top half of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be Thompson, Wood, and Sturgeon. After 4.5, Plainsmen lead this one 4-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte.
Hello, I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte, or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
Toyota, let's go places.
Here at Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday.
The 5th with the Sodbusters leading in this one 4-1 over the Plainsmen, as the Plainsmen been able to hold the Sodbusters scoreless in the last 3 innings, and now offensively just going to try to keep things going and start to continue to cut into this lead. As they trail 4-1 as we start out the bottom of the 5th, Garrett Thompson, the left-hander, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 5th. Thompson is 1 for 1 with a solo home run. He's knocked in the only run for the Plainsmen so far here tonight. Left-hander in his final game in a Plainsman uniform stands in, ready for his second cuts of this one against Will Horton, who has now gone 4 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. Horton comes set, first pitch here to Garrett Thompson. That one is thrown right down the heart of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Horton to Thompson. So far, quality start for Horton, only 2 hits allowed. And that 1 run coming on the solo shot to Thompson. Off speed is in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes the count to lead off Horton to Thompson here in the bottom of the 5th. Thompson, the 9-hitter, trying to get some offensive life going for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 5th. No balls and 2 strikes. Horton comes set. He kicks and deals the 0-2. 0-2 is swung on and missed. So 3 strikeouts now for Will Horton, and the leadoff batter is retired here in the bottom of the 5th. It's now back to the top of the order with Cade Wood. Wood is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts, but both flyouts struck extremely well off the bat, just haven't been able to land as Burrows has made a couple nice catches out there in center field. Right-hander stands in with 1 gone and nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 5th. Again, just trying to find some offense, the Plainsmen are. The first pitch to Cade Wood, off speed, catches the inner bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start. From Will Horton to Cade Wood. No balls, 1 strike, lefty to righty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th. The 0-1 from Horton will skip low and inside in the dirt. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Horton to Wood. Wood still searching for his first hit against the Sodbusters this season. He's now 0 for 19 against Hastings. 1 ball, 1 strike. Horton takes a deep breath. He now kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch to Wood. That one skips inside. So 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count. Two balls, 1 strike. Will Horton to Cade Wood. 2-1 from Horton. 2-1 is popped up. Shallow right field. That one actually in the infield. Moving under him. Oh, no! Trevor Matson had it locked in his sights, and he just did not come up with the catch. It's the second error by the Sodbusters, and Cade Wood will reach. So it's a one-out base runner. Plainsmen will take it. They can take any base runners they can here. As now this will bring up Drew Sturgeon, who is 1 for 2 with a single. He did reach on an error back in the third. Left-hander stands in after the error by Matson over at first to put Cade Wood on. Horton comes set, first pitch to Drew Sturgeon. That one catches the inner bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike. The count starts from Will Horton to Drew Sturgeon. Again, Sturgeon has reached base both times. Singled in the first. He has 1 of the 2 hits for the Plainsmen. Reached on an error in the third. Also did steal third base. No balls and 1 strike. Lefty to lefty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 5th. 0-1 pitch. That one catches the outer half of the strike zone. No balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 from Horton to Sturgeon, with Cade Wood leading away from first. No balls and 2 strikes. Coming set is Horton. The 0-2 pitch. 0-2 misses away. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count from Will Horton to Drew Sturgeon. Again, Sturgeon playing his college ball at Central Arkansas with Connor Flagg. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming set is Horton with Cade Wood leading away from first. 1 gone. Sodbusters leading 4-1. Cade Wood is now going to be caught between first and second as he took off, and he is going to be caught stealing. As Danny Garcia applies the tag. And now 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Drew Sturgeon. So another base runner will not score for the Plainsmen. No balls and 2 strikes from Will Horton to Drew Sturgeon. One ball, 2 strikes. Sturgeon looks on for the Plainsmen. The 1-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Kind of tried to check up on it, but wasn't able to, and that'll end off the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the top of the 6th. 2 up for the Sodbusters. It's back to the top of the order with Kennedy, Harper, and Jones. After 5 complete, the Sodbusters lead this one 4-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Hello, I'm Alex Chun.
It's North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. If you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. We have a small activation fee and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff.
5 complete here from Billwood Field in North Platte, Nebraska in this Game 4 of 7-game series between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Hastings Sodbusters. John Willis with you on Citrus 3, our online radio streaming service. Our mobile app available on Android as well as our YouTube channel. Plainsmen trailing this one to the Sodbusters 4-1 as we start out this top half of the 6th inning. It'll be top of the order to lead it off with Garrett Kennedy, who is 2 for 3, a single, a double, stolen base and a run scored. First pitch to Kennedy is swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start from Micah Ford to Garrett Kennedy. Second time through the order for Micah Ford. No balls and one strike, righty to lead off the top of the sixth. The 0-1 will just miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count. 1-1 the pitch to Kennedy. That one is going to be lined sharply into center field. Kennedy is now 3 for 4. It's been hot at the top of the order for the Sodbusters. 2 singles now for him. So let's bring up Aaron Harper. Harper is 0 for 2. Fly out to center field in the first. Walk and a score in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. The right-hander stands in with nobody out after the leadoff single by Garrett Kennedy. First pitch here to Aaron Harper. That off speed catches the inner bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Aaron Harper. Looking on to Micah Ford. And Kennedy led off the fourth with a double ball, but the Plainsmen were able to get out of it with nothing coming across. The 0-1 pitch to Harper. Check swing. He well went. No balls and 2 strikes, now the count. Oh and 2. Ford comes set. The 0-2 pitch here to Aaron Harper. Check swing. It misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes, now the count. We'll say he did not go. As Johnson does a good job of stopping it, making sure that Kennedy does not advance any base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ford looks on to Harper. Ford comes set. The 1-2 pitch. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Fastball. Blew it past him. Second strikeout for Micah Ford. So now let's bring up Nick Jones. Jones walked in the first. Reached on an error in the second and flew out to center in the fourth, so 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat. Micah Ford comes set, ready for the first pitch to the left-hander, Nick Jones. The first pitch, catch the inner half of the plate, no balls and 1 strike, the count will start from Ford to Jones. So no balls and 1 strike, righty to lefty. The 0-1 pitch from Ford, fastball misses just high. 1 ball and 1 strike, now the count. And now 3 1/3 innings pitched for Micah Ford in relief of the starter Carson Lydon. And one of his better performances out of the bullpen so far this year. Ford has looked really good. 1-1 pitches now. Kennedy gets caught between first and second. Cade Wood ends up with it, and he is caught stealing. Second time now where Kennedy has been in a rundown, as he has just been getting too far off the backs. He was intending to steal, and then Ford went back for a pickoff. And so now 2 gone, nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top half of the 6th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike from Ford to Jones with 2 outs, nobody on for the Sodbusters. That one is going to be ripped sharply to second. Servina's on it. Throw off of 1 foot to first is in time. So for the Sodbusters, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave nobody on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. 2 up for the Plainsmen. It'll be Servine, Flagg, and De La Cruz. After 5 1/2, Sodbusters lead this one 4-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well,
Why do they call it peg leg?
the Brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happen many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're Developing Memories.
For the bottom of the sixth, Plainsmen still trailing in this one 4-1. Not a whole lot of action ever since the bottom of the third. That was the last time we've seen a run scored. It was the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. Sodbusters scored 4 in the top of the second. And that's been it scoring-wise so far. Giancarlo Servine will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth, with the Plainsmen trailing by 3. Again, Servine, one of the 4 Plainsmen players, making their last Plainsmen start here this evening. Servine is 0 for 1. He struck out in the first and was hit by a pitch in the third. The right-hander out of Texas A&M Kingsville leads things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth. The Plainsmen trailing to the Hastings Sodbusters 4-1. Horton looks on, ready for the first pitch here to Giancarlo Servine. He kicks and deals the first pitch. That one will just catch the inner bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. So now for Horton through 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters. No walks for Will Horton in this one. The 0-1 pitch from Horton. That one is lined sharply foul over to the right of the Plainsman dugout. So no balls and 2 strikes the count from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. 0-2 to lead off this bottom half of the 6th inning. Servine trying to get some offense going for the Plainsmen. Horton kicks and deals the 0-2 pitch. That fastball will miss high. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes from Will Horton to Giancarlo Servine. Servine trying to get something started for the Plainsmen. Only 2 hits so far through 5 innings. 1 run on the solo home run by Garrett Thompson. That 1-2 is ripped sharply. It'll get through just past the glove of Garcia into left center. So it's a leadoff base hit for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 6th. So leadoff single by Giancarlo Servine. It's only the 3rd hit for the Plainsmen here tonight. As now this will bring up Connor Flagg, the left-hander, who is 0 for 2, 2 flyouts to center field so far for Flagg in this one. Flagg steps in after the leadoff single by Giancarlo Servine. Will Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch to Servine. There is a left-hander warming up in the Sodbuster bullpen as the first pitch off speed is in there for a strike to Flagg. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start from Will Horton to Connor Flagg. The balls, 1 strike. Horton comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Connor Flagg. 0-1. That one is skied up into center field. Blake Burrows takes a couple steps forward. He makes the catch. And now Connor Flagg 0 for 3, 3 flyouts to center field. So now this will bring up Angel De La Cruz. De La Cruz also 0 for 2. Grounded out to short in the 2nd and struck out in the 4th. As Angel steps in after the flyout by Flagg, Servine still standing at first after his leadoff single. Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Angel De La Cruz. Horton kicks and deals first pitch. Off speed will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start from Will Horton to Angel De La Cruz. Again, De La Cruz, 3rd batter to come to the plate for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 6th, with the Plainsmen trailing 4-1 to the Sodbusters, trying to get some offense going. 1-0, that one is cranked into deep left field, and giving it a look and say goodbye. That one's going off the top of the building out in left field. It's a 2-run home run by Angel De La Cruz, and the Plainsmen have cut the lead to 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. It's De La Cruz's first blast of the summer, and it's now a 1-run ball game. 2 home runs now for the Plainsmen here tonight. 1 by Thompson, and now 1 here by Angel De La Cruz. So 4-3, Sodbusters now leading it here in the bottom of the 6th. And now Sage McMinn will try to keep things going here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-3, Sodbusters now leading it over the Plainsmen. Sage McMinn stands in. First pitch to him will miss low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts from Will Horton to Sage McMinn. So it's a 1-run game now in the bottom of the 6th after the 2-run shot by De La Cruz. That one is swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count from Will Horton to Sage McMinn. That one by De La Cruz off the top of the brick building out in left field as the 1-1 pitch will miss low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now the count from Horton to McMinn. So 4-3, Sodbusters now lead it in the bottom of the 6th. The lead has been cut to 1 as the 2-1 pitch by that one is lifted into left field. It'll go foul. Cantilever out 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now Horton will probably try to make it through the 6th, but if Plainsmen get anything else here or any other base runners, might be the end of Horton, as now there's 2 pitchers up in the Sodbuster bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Horton. 2-2. That one is going to be lined into right field. It's down for a base hit. First base hit for Sage McMinn in his Plainsman career, and it's the 3rd hit of the inning for the Plainsmen. They only had 2 hits coming into this inning. They now have 3 hits here in the bottom of the 6th. As now out comes head coach Luke Bay, and this might be it for Will Horton with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Plainsmen cutting the lead to 1. Head coach Luke Bay will come out and talk with McMinn. Again, 2 pitchers have been up in the bullpen. So Bay will come out and talk with Will Horton, the starting pitcher for the Sodbusters here tonight. Is now giving up 3 runs on 5 hits. And now Sage McMinn, the tying run, stands at first. So entire infield in. Staying in the game will be Will Horton, who will now face Lucas Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to center in his 2 plate appearances. So Lucas Johnson will stand in with Sage McMinn leading away from first after he singled to right field. Again, pitcher warming up. It's a left-hander out in the Sodbuster bullpen as Horton comes set. First pitch to Lucas Johnson. That one grounded sharply and through into left field. It gets past the glove of Harper. 2 straight base hits for the Plainsmen, and now the tying run is in scoring position. Offense coming alive for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 6th. As now this will bring up Cesar Garcia. Garcia 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts, 1 to third, 1 to second. 6th batter to come to the plate in the inning for the Plainsmen. So 2 straight base hits after the 2-run home run by Angel De La Cruz. Now the tying run stands 180 feet away at second. Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Cesar Garcia. That one is grounded sharply and through into left field for a base hit. Sage McMinn is rounding third. He is going to score, and Cesar Garcia has tied things up here in the bottom of the 6th off the RBI single. It's now tied up at 4. Plainsmen with a huge answer here in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs on 5 hits. And it's an RBI single for Cesar Garcia. So now the go-ahead run stands at second with Garrett Thompson stepping into the game. Thompson is 1 for 2, a solo home run in the 3rd and a strikeout in the 5th. Now the 7th batter to come to the plate for the Plainsmen here in the 6th inning. We're now tied up at 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Will Horton comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Garrett Thompson. A big swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Horton to Thompson. Thompson, the 9-hitter, got the scoring started for the Plainsmen back in the bottom of the 3rd with that solo home run. No balls and 1 strike. Coming set is Horton with Thompson in the batter's box. The 0-1 pitch. Again swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes now to count. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lefty to lefty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. The tying the go-ahead run now standing at second base after the RBI single by Garcia to tie things up. No balls and 2 strikes, shaking off a couple pitches is Horton. As now time will be called by the home plate umpire, as Horton was taking quite a while to decide what pitch he wanted to do here. This is an important pitch coming up here to Garrett Thompson. No balls and 2 strikes from Horton to Thompson. Horton comes set, gives a look at second on Johnson. The 0-2 pitch will be grounded foul on the first base side. So count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Johnson stands at second with Garcia at first. Garcia with the RBI single to tie things up here in the bottom of the 6th at 4. No balls and 2 strikes. Horton, the left-hander, comes set facing Thompson. The 0-2 pitch. 0-2 off speed will just miss out. First ball the at-bat, 1 ball and 2 strikes. From Will Horton to Garrett Thompson. 1-2 the count. Go-ahead run standing at second. Horton comes set, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 for Will Horton, and now it'll be up to Cade Wood to try to give the Plainsmen the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Wood, 2 flyouts and reached on an error in his last appearance back in the 5th. The right-hander out of Ranger Junior College will stand in with the go-ahead run standing 180 feet away. And tied up at 4 here in the bottom of the 6th after the 2-run home run by Angel De La Cruz and the RBI single by Cesar Garcia. Waiting for the first pitch here from Horton as he gives a look at Lucas Johnson standing at second. Fresh count here to Cade Wood. Horton comes set, first pitch to Wood. Off speed, catches the inner half of the zone. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start. From Will Horton to Cade Wood. No balls and 1 strike. Coming set is Horton. The 0-1 to Wood. Swung on, popped up foul, first base side, and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes. As now the catcher, Nick Jones, will come out and talk with Will Horton, trying to find the final out and keep this game tied now here in the bottom of the 6th. No balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here with the go-ahead run standing at second. No balls, 2 strikes. Horton kicks and deals to Wood. 0-2, soft grounder. Will just go foul on the third base line. So count will remain no balls and 2 strikes to Cade Wood. So still no balls and 2 strikes. The left-hander looking on to Cade Wood, trying to find this final out. Again, a quality 5 innings coming into this one, but 3 runs on 5 hits for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 6th. No balls, 2 strikes. Horton takes a deep breath here facing Cade Wood with the go-ahead at second. Garcia standing at first. Lucas Johnson, the go-ahead base runner. No balls and 2 strikes. As now time will be called as Horton taking a long time here between pitches. Wood, the 8th batter to come to the plate here for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 6th. No balls and 2 strikes. Coming set and kicking and dealing is the 0-2. That one is going to be ripped into center. But again, right to the center fielder Burrows. But the Plainsmen tie it up. They score 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They will leave 2 on base. Way to the top of the 7th. It'll be Constantine, Dunnelston, and Matson due up after 6 complete. Tie game at 4. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Adventure. you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with Adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Number 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories and
Here from Billwood Field, the Plainsmen have tied it up off the 2-run home run by Angel De La Cruz and the RBI single by Cesar Garcia in the bottom of the 6th. It's the runs of pitching change. The day is done for Micah Ford, and man, was he good. 4 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and no hit batters. Into the game will come Asher Hastings. Hastings, a 6-foot left-hander out of Little Rock, Arkansas, plays his college ball at Arkansas Little Rock. Hastings this year, 7 appearances, all in the bullpen. He's pitched 9 2/3, 16 runs, 14 of them earned on 7 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 10 walks. He has no record and a 13.03 ERA. The left-hander stands in to try to now keep this game tied after really quality outing by Micah Ford out of the bullpen after just the kind of disastrous second inning for the Plainsmen, where the Sodbusters scored 4. And ever since then, the Sodbusters have been held scoreless. Cam Constantine will lead things off, facing Asher Hastings. Hastings is 1 for 3, or Constantine's 1 for 3. Now facing Hastings. Singled in the 4th, reached on a fielder's choice and an error in his other 2 plate appearances. Hastings comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Cam Constantine. Hastings kicks and deals the first pitch. That first one will hit Constantine, and not the start you want for the Plainsmen. Leadoff runner, or batter, is hit by the pitch. So now let's bring up Sawyer Duddleston after the first pitch hits Cam Constantine. Duddleston is 1 for 2, RBI double in the 2nd, ground out to 3rd in the 4th. The right-hander stands in after the leadoff hit by pitch by Hastings to Constantine. Hastings comes set, first pitch, and now he will try to pick off Constantine, but Constantine is back in there safely. So still a fresh count here from Asher Hastings to Sawyer Duddleston. Hastings comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Duddleston, and again he'll try to pick off, and that one sails into foul territory. So Constantine advances to second on the error. Third error of the ball game for the Plainsmen. They have definitely not helped themselves defensively, especially in that 4-run top of the 2nd. So still waiting for the first pitch here to Sawyer Duddleston from Asher Hastings. Hastings comes set. First pitch to Duddleston. is going to catch the top part of the strike zone. No balls and one strike. The count start from Asher Hastings to Sawyer Duddleston. So Constantine hit by the pitch. He reaches second on the errant throw and sailed into first base foul territory. Third error of the ball game for the Plainsmen. No balls and one strike to Sawyer Duddleston. Hastings gives a look at Constantine. The 0-1 pitch will now miss inside. 1 ball and 1 strike now the count. Pitched 2 days ago, Asher Hastings did back in the 5-4 loss against the Sodbusters on July 9th. Went an inning and 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hastings comes set. The 1-1 pitch to Sawyer Duddleston. As Hastings kicks and deals. 1-1 is swung on and missed. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hastings to Duddleston. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Left-hander and Hastings facing the right-hander, Sawyer Duddleston. Hastings takes a long pause, shaking off a couple signs. And now time will be called by the home plate umpire. One ball, 2 strikes. We're here in the top of the 7th. Tie ball game at 4. Nobody out, and the go-ahead run for Hastings now standing in scoring position at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from Hastings. 1-2 pitch. Off speed, misses low and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count here from Hastings to Duddleston. Again, Duddleston, RBI double in the second, was hit by a pitch in the first and grounded out to third in the 4th. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hastings comes set. The 2-2 pitch here to Sawyer Duddleston is going to be fouled back to the screen. So count will stay even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shadows now covering a good third of the ball field here at Billwood Field as the sun continues to set on a beautiful night for baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Sawyer Duddleston. The 2-2 pitch from Hastings. That one is going to be swung on, poked into right center. Coming over and making the catch is the center fielder, Drew Sturgeon. And a nice throw into third base to keep Constantine from advancing. So it's the first out of the inning here in the top of the 7th. So bring up Trevor Matson. Matson is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts. 2 to right field and 1 to left field. The right-hander stands in after the flyout by Sawyer Duddleston. Matson will come in with a runner at second and 1 gone in the top of the 7th and a tie ball game at 4. Hastings looks on to Matson. Hastings comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Trevor Matson with 1 gone and a runner on second. Kicks and deals the first pitch. Swung on, skied up, foul territory, right field side. Angel De La Cruz, the first baseman. Long run for him. He will not get there. It'll land foul. Count will just start, no balls and 1 strike. So 0-1 the count starts from Asher Hastings to Trevor Matson with Tegan Tamiya on deck. Plainsmen trying to keep this game tied at 4, headed into the bottom of the 7th. No balls and 1 strike. The left-hander Hastings looks onto the right-hander, Trevor Matson. Matson, who's 3 for 20 against the Plainsmen this season. The 0-1 pitch from Hastings. 0-1 fastball catches the top part of the strike zone. No balls and 2 strikes now the count. So 0-2 from Hastings to Matson with 1 out and the go-ahead run standing at second. No balls, 2 strikes. Hastings comes set. The 0-2 to Matson is now taking off his Constantine. 0-2 misses. Throw on to third will not be in time. It's a stolen base for Cam Constantine, and now the go-ahead run stands 90 feet closer. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Hastings to Matson. Is now, if you get one into the outfield deep enough, you could still possibly give the Sodbusters the lead here in the top of 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield now playing in for the Plainsmen. Hastings comes set with the 1-2. Kicks and deals the 1-2 pitch. And the 1-2 is going to get behind the catcher Johnson, and scoring is Cam Constantine. Wild pitch. Scores Constantine, and the Sodbusters take the lead right back. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count here to Trevor Madsen. Thought for a second that might have hit Madsen, but it must have just missed him as it got behind the catcher Johnson. Base is empty. Sodbusters now leading at 5-4 here in the top of the 7th. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hastings comes set. The 2-2 pitch to Madsen is going to ring him up. So it'll be free beer for the fans, but still kind of a bad feeling for the Plainsmen as they have fallen here in the top of the 7th. So now Tegan Tamiya will step up, who's 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run scored, and a ground out. For Cam Constantine, only one of the bases he achieved in that base running effort was earned. He reached first on the hit by pitch, reached second on the E1, did steal third, but then reached home on the wild pitch. It's just some errors. There's 3 errors committed by the Plainsmen, a good amount of wild pitches by a couple of the pitchers we've seen here today that have really shot the Plainsmen in the foot so far here tonight. 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts to Tegan Tamiya from Asher Hastings. 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. Sodbusters leading this one 5-4. Nobody on for Hastings. The 1-0 pitch to Tamiya. Fastball misses up. 2 balls and no strikes the count from Hastings to Tamiya. So 2-0 the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Lefty to righty with 2 gone here in the top of the 7th. The 2-0 pitch from Hastings will just miss inside. 3 balls, no strikes now the count. So 3-0 the count from Hastings to Tamiya. Plainsmen just trying to find the final out and just keep it at a 1-run differential before heading into the bottom of the 7th. So now the offense will have to get back to work. 3-0 catches the top part of the strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike now the count from Asher Hastings to Tegan Tamiya. Three balls, 1 strike. Hastings comes set. The 3-1 pitch here from Asher is going to be swung on and missed. Count now goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Asher Hastings to Tegan Tamiya. So count is full. Hastings is trying to get out of the inning here. 3 balls and 2 strikes the pitch. Hastings kicks and deals the full count. It'll miss well away. It gets behind the catcher Johnson back to the backstop. And it's a walk. So now this will bring up Danny Garcia, who's walked twice tonight. Also scored. He was one of the base runners to score on a wild pitch in that top half of the 2nd inning. He also flew out to center back in the 3rd. Right-hander stands in with 2 gone, and Tamiya leading away from first. Asher Hastings comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Danny Garcia. That pitch will miss high. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start from Asher Hastings to Danny Garcia. So 1 ball and no strikes. Hastings to Garcia. One-0 pitch off speed. Catches the inner half of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. So 1-1 from Hastings to Garcia. With 2 outs, Sodbusters leading 5-4 in the top of the 7th. That one is grounded to short. Long throw for Cade Wood. It's going to be high, but De La Cruz tags Garcia, and he's going to call him safe. As now J.M. Kelly comes out, trying to get an explanation here, as now the 2 umpires will meet as De La Cruz tagged Garcia. Hard to tell from this angle if he touched the bag before. And now they'll reverse the call. There we go. So that'll end off the top of the 7th. 1 run, no hits, 1 error. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Do it for the Plainsmen. It's 2-3-4 with Sturgeon, Servine, and Flag. After 6.5, it's 5-4. Sodbusters leading it. Starts the time from Billwood Field. We'll be right back after this message. The North Platte Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Number 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall, and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles, start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing.
Sodbusters took the lead 5-4 after taking advantage of the wild pitch. As they take right back the lead after the Plainsmen scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th to tie this one up. Well, we are ready for the bottom of the 7th. Chris Mazzini takes over for Will Horton. Will Horton ends up going 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits. He has 5 strikeouts to his name in this one. No walks, but 2 hit batters in this one. Chris Mazzini, he will take his place. Chris Mazzini, the 6'4" left-hander out of Parker, Colorado. Plays college ball at Northeast Community College. Mazzini, 1 start, 3 appearances, 6 2/3, 15 runs, 12 of them earned, 12 hits, 4 strikeouts, 18 walks. He has an 0-1 record and a 16.2 ERA. Drew Sturgeon, the left-hander, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen now facing a deficit once again after the Sodbusters scored 1 in the top half of the inning. 5-4. Sodbusters lead it. First pitch from Mazzini's in there for a strike to Sturgeon. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Mazzini to Sturgeon. The 0-1 pitch will skip low. Well low. It gets behind the catcher Jones, so count will even out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, just underway here in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen trailing in this one 5-4. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th to tie it up at 4. Then the Sodbusters answered. Chopped grounder to short. Going to be a tough play for Garcia. Throwing to first. Will just beat out Sturgeon. And so the leadoff batter is retired here in the bottom of the 7th. So now this will bring up Giancarlo Servine. Servine, who's 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the 6th. Struck out in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. The right-hander stands in with 1 away and nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th. Servine tries to get some offense going. He was the leadoff batter in that 3-run bottom of the 6th for the Plainsmen. And he did single and score the 2nd run of the game for North Platte off the 2 RBI home run by Angel De La Cruz. First pitch to Servine will skip well low. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start here from Chris Mazzini to Giancarlo Servine. So again, for Will Horton, the starter, 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 hit batters. With the game tied up when his performance ended, he will have a no decision in this contest no matter what happens. Chris Mazzini comes set, the left-hander, facing Giancarlo Servine. 1-0, that one is going to be lined into center. It's down for a base hit. So it's the 2nd hit for Giancarlo Servine, and he starts to get something going here in the bottom of the 7th. 8th hit of the ball game for the Plainsmen. They are now at hitting the Sodbusters 8-7, trailing 5-4 as this will bring up Connor Flagg. Flagg is 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts to center field. He stands in with 1 gone, and Servine now leading away from first for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen trailing by 1, 5-4. Mazzini comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Connor Flagg. First pitch, chop, grounder. It's a slow roller on the 3rd base side. Mazzini turns around, late throw into first, and Connor Flagg is able to beat it out. It's an infield single for Connor Flagg, and now runners at 1st and 2nd here in the bottom of the 7th. So now in steps Angel De La Cruz, who's had one of the biggest at-bats of this one here tonight. Had the 2-run home run back in the 6th. He steps in with the tying run now for the Plainsmen, standing at 2nd. De La Cruz steps in with runners at first and second. And one out here in the bottom of the 7th. Mazzini looks on. The left-hander ready for the first pitch here to De La Cruz, who crushed one to deep left back in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to him, off-speed, misses well away. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start from Chris Mazzini to Angel De La Cruz. So 1 ball, no strikes, lefty to righty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Shadows now covering most of the field except a little strip out in left field. 1-0 pitch from Mazzini. 1-0 misses high. It gets behind the catcher, Jones, and both runners will advance. So now 2 runners in scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th. So 2 balls, no strikes. From Chris Mazzini to Angel De La Cruz. With 2 runners now in scoring position, including the tying and go-ahead here in the bottom of the 6th. And now out comes head coach Luke Bay, along with catcher Nick Jones, to talk with Mazzini. Is a right-handed pitcher warming up in the Sodbuster bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen trailing again 5-4 in this one. So head coach Luke Bay comes out to talk with Chris Mazzini. Don't think they're going to be making a change here. There's no signal to the bullpen. Looks like they're just trying to chat and figure out how to approach Angel De La Cruz, who again, the big 2-run home run to make it a 1-run game back in the 6th. They ended up tying it up off the RBI single by Cesar Garcia. But then in the top half of the 7th inning, Cam Constantine scored on a wild pitch to give the Sodbusters back the lead. But a chance for the Plainsmen here to answer right back. Chris Mazzini facing Angel De La Cruz. Mazzini comes set, ready for the 2-ball and no strike pitch to Angel De La Cruz. Mazzini comes set, the 2-0 pitch will miss high and away. 3 balls and no strikes, the count from Chris Mazzini to Angel De La Cruz. Sage McMinn stands on deck for North Platte. 3 balls, no strikes, the pitch. 3-0, swinging on 3-0 is De La Cruz, as that one is fouled off. 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 the count from Mazzini to De La Cruz, with Flag at second, Servine at third. 3 balls and 1 strike. Mazzini comes set. The 3-1 to De La Cruz will miss high. It's a 5-pitch walk, and the bases are now loaded. So this will bring up Sage McMinn. McMinn is 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 6th, and grounded out in the 2nd. Only the 3rd game for Sage McMinn as a Plainsman. So he just joined the team about a week ago. And this is definitely his biggest at-bat so far of his young summer. Left-hander steps in with the bases loaded, 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th, and the Plainsmen trailing by 1. First pitch to McMinn. That one is struck up in the infield. Harper, the 3rd baseman, will make the catch. And now 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th, with the Sodbusters a chance now to get out of it. So it'll be up to Lucas Johnson now to try to get something here for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 7th. Johnson is 1 for 3, single, ground out, and a fly out. But his last appearance back in the bottom of the 6th, part of that 3-run bottom of the 6th, he did single. Huge at bat coming up here. You do not want to let this opportunity slip away. First pitch to Johnson misses low. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start from Chris Mazzini to Lucas Johnson. So 1 ball, no strikes. Mazzini, the left-hander, facing Lucas Johnson. Mazzini kicks and deals the 1-0. The 1-0 misses away. 2 balls, no strikes, now the count from Chris Mazzini to Lucas Johnson. Two balls, no strikes. Servine at 3rd, Flag at 2nd, and De La Cruz at 1st. 2-0 misses away. It's now 3 balls and no strikes from Mazzini to Johnson, and now a danger of walking in the tying run as second baseman Tegan Tamiya will come out, have a quick word with Mazzini to try to settle him down here. 3 balls, no strikes. Bases loaded in a 1-run ball game. 3-0 the pitch. Mazzini comes set. The 3-0 to Johnson will miss. And the Plainsmen will take him any way they can get him. Bases loaded walk, and the game is tied up again here in the bottom of the 7th. So a bases loaded walk to Johnson. It's now tied up at 5 here in the bottom of the 7th. Out comes head coach Luke Bay, and this will be it for Chris Mazzini. We'll meet the new pitcher when we come back. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel. I'm John Willis, play-by-play broadcaster for the North Platte Plainsmen.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Hi, this is Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we...
Run for Chris Mazzini goes 2/3 of an inning. 1 run for now, but all 3 runners on the base paths are his responsibility. 2 hits, no strikeouts, and 2 walks for Chris Mazzini. Jacob Shaw will take his place. Jacob Shaw, the 5'10 right-hander out of Hastings, Nebraska, plays his college ball at Cloud County Community College. Shaw this season, 7 appearances, all out of the bullpen, 10 1/3, 9 runs, all of them earned, 14 hits, 14 strikeouts, 6 walks, no record, and a 7.83 ERA. He faces Cesar Garcia. Garcia stands in with the bases loaded, 2 gone in a tie game. Garcia is 1 for 3, 2 groundouts, and an RBI single for him back in the bottom of the 6th. So Garcia stands in, trying to give the Plainsmen their first lead of the ball game here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Garcia, the right-hander, stands in. Again, this is the last game as the Plainsmen coming in a huge spot here in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch from Jacob Shaw is going to be swung on and missed by Garcia. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start here from Jacob Shaw to Cesar Garcia. No balls and 1 strike. Shaw trying to keep this game tied. The 0-1 pitch on its way. 0-1 is fouled off and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes to count here from Jacob Shaw to Cesar Garcia. Shaw, the 3rd pitcher to be used by the Sodbusters after Will Horton went 6 innings. Chris Mazzini now 2/3. 1 run and 4 now. No balls and 2 strikes from Jacob Shaw to Cesar Garcia. Shaw comes set, long look. He now steps back, kicks and deals to Cesar. That one will skip in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Flag leads away from 3rd, De La Cruz from 2nd, and Johnson from 1st. The bases loaded walk from Johnson to score Servine to tie this one up here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shaw looks on to Garcia. The 1-2 pitch from Shaw. 1-2 skips in the dirt. Another great stop by Jones to keep Flag from advancing home. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Shaw to Garcia. Righty to righty with 2 gone in the bottom of the 7th, tied up at 5. 2-2 the count. Shaw shakes off a couple pitches. He now kicks and deals to Cesar. 2-2. Grounder to Tamia. Tamia will just step on the bag, get the force out. and that'll be it. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. The Plainsmen leave 2 on base here in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen tie it up, though. We head to the top of the 8th. It'll be 9-1-2 due up with Burrows, Kennedy, and Harper after 6 complete. We're tied up at 5. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arch pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 65 years. Hibner's Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
One thing's for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation.
Complete here from Billwood Field in this 4th of this 4-game homestand between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters. It's the runs of pitching change. The day is done for Asher Hastings. Goes an inning, 1 run, no hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. Into the game comes Caleb Bunch. Bunch, the 6'6" right-hander out of Keller, Texas, plays his college ball at Ranger Junior College. Bunch, 2 starts, 10 appearances. He's pitched 29 innings, 13 runs, 11 of them earned, 33 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 7 walks. He has a 2-1 record, a 3.41 ERA. And he also has 1 save so far this season. Bunch pitched 2 days ago against the Sodbusters, where he went 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. This Bunch will come in a tie ball game here in the top of the 8th, trying to keep this game right where it is. 9-hitter will lead things off with Blake Burrows. Burrows is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. He also had a sacrifice fly back in the 2nd. Left-hander stands in to lead off this top of the 8th. First pitch swung on and missed. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Caleb Bunch to Blake Burrows. Bunch has been on as of late, especially against the Sodbusters. Also pitched in July 4th against them in that 7-4 victory for the Plainsmen. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch skied up. Foul territory on the first base side. Johnson, the catcher, gives it a chase, but it'll bounce off the top of the Sodbuster dugout. So no balls and 2 strikes. The count from Caleb Bunch to Blake Burrows. Bunch again on July 4th. He got the win in that game. He went 2 2/3, 1 run, 5 hits, 4 Ks, and no walks. He comes in here in the top of the 8th in a tie 5-5 ball game. No balls and 2 strikes from Caleb Bunch to the left-hander Blake Burrows to lead off this top of the 8th. The 0-2 pitch from Bunch. 0-2 swung on and missed, a swing and a miss as Bunchy gets his first punchy of his debut here in this one. Again, coming in here in the top of the 8th, taking over for Asher Hastings. He strikes out Blake Burrows, and now it's back to the top of the order with the red-hot Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy is 3 for 4, 2 singles, a double, and a strikeout. He's also scored a run. But he has been picked off twice as well when he does get on the base pass. The right-hander steps in with 1 gone, nobody on for the Sodbusters in the top of the 8th. First pitch from Bunch will just miss inside. I think Kennedy tried to sell it a little more inside than it actually was. 1 ball and no strikes. The count will start from Bunch to Kennedy. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Caleb Bunch. 1-0. That one is grounded to short. Cade Wood is on it, and it'll go off his glove. Another error by the Plainsmen. That's their 4th now of this one.
Now batting for the Sodbusters, the third baseman, number 17, Aaron Harper.
So Kennedy reaches on the E6. As now Aaron Harper comes in, who has reached base twice on a walk and a fielder's choice, fly out on a strikeout as well for him. The right-hander stands in with 1 gone, and now Kennedy leading away from first. Bunch comes set. First pitch to Harper. Off speed is in the inside bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Caleb Bunch to Aaron Harper. Again, Plainsmen defensively have just not helped themselves out tonight. 4 errors defensively, and a couple wild pitches have led to runs as well. 0-1 will just miss low. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike from Caleb Bunch to Aaron Harper. So 1-1 the count. Again, tie game here in the top of the 8th. Bunch comes set. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off the foot of Harper. He's now limping a little bit. Going over on the first base side, trying to walk it off as the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Harper in a little bit of pain here. We'll see if he has to be pinch hit for us. He is still limping over behind the plate. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So now head coach Luke Bay will come out to talk with Harper, see how he's feeling. And our athletic trainer, Tyler Oberlander, will go out and talk with him. As Harper, it's that left ankle, it appears, that he's limping on. They will try to figure things out here with Aaron Harper, as that one just went sharply off of his foot. While they take a look at Harper, let's take a look around the Independence League and check out some scores. Out at Wolf Field, Western Nebraska and Canyon County battling. Canyon County leads that one 4-1 over the Pioneers so far. In the top of the 5th at Dakota Community Bank and Trust Park, Badlands leads the Fremont Moose 6-3. That's a score that you like to see if you're a Plainsman fan, with Fremont in first place so far in the Nebraska Land Division. And then out at Black Hills Energy Stadium, Casper leads Spearfish 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. That is your look around the Independence League and the other scores going on tonight. Here in this one, a close one, as we're tied up at 5, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harper will come back into the batter's box here for the Sodbusters. Bunch comes set, 1 and 2. They will now try to pick off Kennedy. Close play, a nice tag attempt by De La Cruz, but back in there safely was Kennedy. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Bunch to Harper. The 1-2 pitch from Bunch. 1-2 will just miss high. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. So 2-2 from Bunch to Harper. Harper the 2-hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bunch comes set. 2-2 pitch. 2-2 will miss low. A nice stop by Johnson. Count will now go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Caleb Bunch to Harper. 2 straight balls by Bunch has the count full here in the top of the 8th. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Righty to righty with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. And Kennedy standing at first. Here's the payoff pitch. So now Kennedy takes off. That one is struck up. Shallow right field. Garrett Thompson and the second baseman Servine moving under it. Servine will make the catch. And 2 gone now here in the top of the 8th. So now it'll be Nick Jones, the left-hander. Jones is 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 2nd, flew out to center in the 4th, grounded out to the second baseman in the 6th, did walk back in the 1st. Left-hander stands in with 2 gone, and Kennedy leading away from first. Bunch comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Nick Jones. First pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and out of play. So no balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Caleb Bunch to Nick Jones. Righty to lefty with 2 gone here in the top of the 8th. Tie ball game at 5. No balls, 1 strike. Caleb Bunch comes set. The 0-1 to Jones. will skip in the dirt. It gets away from Johnson, and advancing to second is Kennedy. So now runner in scoring position here in the top of the 8th for the Sodbusters. 1 ball, 1 strike from Caleb Bunch to Nick Jones. 1-1, Bunch comes set. 1-1 to Jones. Will skip again in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count from Caleb Bunch to Nick Jones. And just trying to find the last out here in the top of the 8th in a tie 5-5 ball game. 2 balls, 1 strike. Caleb Bunch gives a long look at Jones. He now comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-1, that one is swung on, grounded to short. Wood is on it, throwing to first, will be in time. And the side is retired here in the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base for the Sodbusters in the top of the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for the Plainsmen with Thompson, Wood, and Sturgeon. After 7.5, we're tied up at 5. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the Marketing and Promotions Intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at...
Starting out the bottom of the 8th, John Willis with you on the Plainsmen Radio Network as well as our YouTube channel. Plainsmen and Sodbusters tied up at 5 here as we start out the bottom of the 8th. Jacob Shaw gets ready for his first full inning of work after taking over for Chris Mazzini in the bottom of the 7th. Mazzini, who went 2/3 of an inning, 1 run, 2 hits, no strikeouts, 2 walks, and no hit batters. Garrett Thompson will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 8th. Thompson, who's 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts in the 5th and the 6th, but did have that solo home run back in the bottom of the 3rd. Garrett Thompson will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom half of the 8th. Again, tied up at 5. There's only been 1 game in the 7 games that the Sodbusters and Plainsmen have played this year that has not been decided by 3 runs or less. These battles between Hastings and North Platte have been fun all season. Gets the heart rate up a little bit, sure, but always a good time between the Sodbusters and the Plainsmen. Jacob Shaw comes set. First pitch to Thompson. He lays down a bunt, but it'll go foul on the third base side. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Jacob Shaw to Garrett Thompson. Again, Will Horton, the starting pitcher, went 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 hit batters. Chris Mazzini came in the 7th, 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits, no strikeouts, 2 walks, and then Shaw took his place with the bases loaded in the 7th. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch to Garrett Thompson. 0-1 misses away. Count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike from Jacob Shaw to Garrett Thompson. So 1-1. Stepping back, kicking and dealing is Shaw. The 1-1 is lifted high on the left field side and foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lights coming into effect here at Billwood Field as the sun sets here in North Platte. Again, a beautiful evening here between the Plainsmen and the Sodbusters. First pitch temperature was just about 82 degrees after 108 at first pitch yesterday. 1-2 pitches sent over foul near the Sodbuster dugout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count will remain. It's now 75 degrees. Winds only coming at 6 miles an hour. A beautiful night for baseball on this Monday night, and a pretty nice showing for a weekday game crowd-wise here at Billwood Field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shaw kicks and deals. 1-2, swung on and missed. So 3 strikeouts for Thompson tonight, and now it's back to the top of the order for the Plainsmen with Cade Wood. Wood is 0 for 4. He's flown out to center field 3 times and then reached on an error back in the bottom of the 5th. The right-hander stands in with 1 away. Nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 8th. Shaw comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Cade Wood. Wood now getting his 5th cuts of this one. First pitch, a strike from Jacob Shaw. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Shaw to Wood. No balls, 1 strike. Shaw steps back. He kicks and deals the 0-1. 0-1 will miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count here from Jacob Shaw to Cade Wood. So 1-1. Righty to righty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Tied up at 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is struck well into center. But again, Burrows is under it. So that's now 4 flyouts to center field for Cade Wood. And now 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. So bring up Drew Sturgeon. Sturgeon is 1 for 4. Singled in the 1st, reached on an error in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and grounded out to short in the 7th. Sturgeon steps in with 2 gone and nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 8th, still tied up at 5. Shaw comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Sturgeon. 2 outs, nobody on, tied at 5. First pitch, a strike from Shaw. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Jacob Shaw to Drew Sturgeon. For Hastings in the top of the 9th, they'll have 4, 5, and 6 due up with Constantine, Duddleston, and Madsen. The 0-1 pitch to Sturgeon. Soft grounder down the first base line. It's scooped up by Madsen. He tags first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the top of the 9th, all tied up at 5. It'll be Constantine, Duddleston, and Madsen due up for the Sodbusters. After 8 complete, we got a tie ball game at 5. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Since 1997, Nebraska Athletic Club.
Hey, take you. Or $365,000 a year. Or $3,650,000 a decade. Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. Drawing 7 days a week.
Joe Bob Sugar Maker here. KJ's Boots and Western Wear has everything Western. Boots, hats, shirts, jeans, jewelry, even that fancy Yellowstone cologne so you can smell like a cowboy, not the horse he rode in on.
KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
Just off the I-80 interchange in Hershey.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more.
Bunch stays on the mound here for the Plainsmen, trying to keep this game tied and send it to his offense in the bottom half of the 9th. Cam Constantine will lead things off. He is 1 for 4, but he's reached base every time. 1 for 3 as he was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. But he's reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Did single back in the 4th. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Bunch catches the inner half of the zone. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start from Caleb Bunch to Cam Constantine. Righty to lead off this top of the 9th and a tie game at 5. The 0-1 pitch from Bunch. 0-1 swung on and chased. No balls and 2 strikes now the count here from Caleb Bunch to Cam Constantine. Again, Constantine only his 4th game with the team. In his Sodbuster debut against the Plainsmen here in this series. No balls and 2 strikes, the pitch from Bunch. That one will miss high. Fastball misses upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count from Caleb Bunch to Cam Constantine. A couple pitches to work with here for Bunch. Didn't need to throw one right in the zone there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bunch steps back, kicks and deals. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul on the third base side. So count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes from Caleb Bunch to Cam Constantine. One ball, 2 strikes from Bunch to Constantine. With nobody out, nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 9th. 1-2 the count. Bunch kicks and deals. 1-2, again fouled off. This time over near the Plainsman dugout. So count will still remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, just underway here in the top of the 9th. We're tied up at 5. Plainsman out hitting the Sodbusters 9-7. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bunch comes set, steps backs. He now kicks and deals the 1-2. 1-2 will miss low. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count. A nice at bat here between Bunch and Constantine to lead off this top half of the 9th inning. Again, Plainsman will hit the road tomorrow to play, you guessed it, Hastings. Again, they play 7 straight times here in the second half. 6:35 first pitch out at Duncan Field. The 2-2 pitch. Skied up. Foul territory. Third base side, it'll go out of play, and this long at-bat continues between Bunch and Constantine. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Bunch to Cam Constantine. Two the count. Bunch steps back. He now kicks and deals the 2-2 to Constantine. That one is swung on, popped up in the infield. Cade Wood, the shortstop, moving under it. He'll make the catch. And 1 retired here in the top of the 9th. So now this will bring up Sawyer Duddleston. Duddleston is 1 for 3. RBI double in the second. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Grounded out to third in the fourth and flew out to center in the 7th. The right-hander stands in with 1 away and nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 9th. Bunch comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Sawyer Duddleston. Bunch kicks and deals. That one is going to be swung on, lined foul on the left field side. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Caleb Bunch to Sawyer Duddleston, and now Lucas Johnson, the catcher, will come out and talk with Bunch. Did learn a couple days ago that Caleb Bunch was named a third-team junior college All-American. We learned that on Saturday, July 9th. As Caleb Bunch has been magnificent with the Plainsmen and was awesome with Ranger this past spring. Bunch and Johnson talking at the plate here, trying to figure out how to approach this at-bat with Sawyer Duddleston. With 1 gone, nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 9th, tied up at 5. No balls, 1 strike. Caleb Bunch looks on to Sawyer Duddleston. Bunch, long look, now kicks and deals the 0-1. 0-1, that one is going to be lined into deep center. Sturgeon, though, is able to get under it and make the catch. So now 2 gone here in the top of the 9th. So now in steps Trevor Madsen. Madsen is 0 for 4. 3 flyouts and a strikeout for Trevor Madsen in this one. Madsen stands in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Sodbusters here in the top of the 9th. Bunch looks on to Madsen with 2 gone in the top half of the inning, tied up at 5. Bunch steps back, kicks and deals the first pitch to Madsen. There's a kind of a half-hearted swing and miss by Madsen. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start from Caleb Bunch to Trevor Madsen. No balls, 1 strike. Bunch kicks and deals the 0-1. 0-1 will skip low in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count from Caleb Bunch to Trevor Madsen. Fly out by Constantine to lead off the top of the 9th, and then a long fly out by Sawyer Duddleston to center field and Drew Sturgeon. 1 ball, 1 strike from Bunch to Madsen. 1-1, Bunch steps back, he kicks and deals the 1-1 pitch. 1-1, grounder to short, it's stopped by Wood. Throw off of 1 foot into first is in time. What a throw by Cade Wood at short. And the Sodbusters are retired in order in the top of the 9th. Plainsmen will seek to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Servine, Flagg, and De La Cruz, 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order, due up. After 8.5 tie game at 5, it's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The Brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it.
Hello, I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte, or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
Toyota, let's go places.
Here at Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are ninth in a tie game at 5. It'll be Servine, Flagg, and De La Cruz here in the bottom half of the ninth, facing Jacob Shaw, who has pitched a quality inning and a third up to this point, where he's retired every batter he's faced. Giancarlo Servine leads things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the ninth, who is 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 runs scored, set by a pitch back in the third, and struck out in the first. This is, his last game as a Plainsman this summer. Shaw looks on to Servine. There is a right-handed pitcher warming up in the Sodbuster bullpen if they need to go that route here in the bottom of the ninth. Here we go. Shaw looks on to Servine to lead off this inning. Tie game at 5. First pitch on its way is a strike from Shaw. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start here from Jacob Shaw to Giancarlo Servine. So no balls and 1 strike. Shaw, the right-hander, looking on to Giancarlo Servine. The 0-1 pitch swung on line into left field for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for Giancarlo Servine, who's now 3 for 4 with 3 singles, and now the winning run is on base. So now this will bring up Connor Flagg, who is 1 for 4, but his last appearance was a single. The left-hander steps in with nobody out after the leadoff single by Giancarlo Servine. And this is right where you want to be in the order here in the bottom of the ninth, with 3 leading it off, and now 4 and 5 hitters due up. First pitch from Jacob Shaw to Connor Flagg. First pitch will miss, little out. 1 ball and no strikes, the count will start from Jacob Shaw to Connor Flagg. And Shaw getting his second full inning of work now against the Plainsmen. 1 ball and no strikes, coming set is Jacob Shaw. Kicks and deals the 1-0. 1-0 is fouled back to the screen, so count will even out. 1 ball and 1 strike from Jacob Shaw to Connor Flagg. Tied up at 5 here in the bottom of the ninth. It's been a wild ride up to this point. 4 runs scored in the top of the second for the Sodbusters, 1 in the bottom of the third for the Plainsmen. Plainsmen tied up in the sixth with 3 runs, and both teams scored 1 in the 7th. We're tied up at 5. 2 balls and 1 strike now the count as that one misses low. And the run scored by the Sodbusters in the top of the 7th was on a wild pitch. For the Plainsmen in the bottom of the 7th, it was a bases loaded walk. 2 balls and 1 strike from Jacob Shaw to Connor Flagg. Shaw comes set, 2 balls and 1 strike to Flagg, with Servine leading away from first. 2-1, that one will miss in. 3 balls, 1 strike, now the count from Shaw to Flagg. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, coming set is Shaw. The 3-1 pitch, misses low. So it's a 5-pitch walk, runners at first and second, still nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. So now this will bring up Angel De La Cruz, who walked in his last appearance, and before that he had a 2 RBI home run back in the bottom of the 6th. The 6-foot right-hander out of UT Rio Grande Valley stands in with the winning run at second base. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Shaw comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Angel De La Cruz. with Servine at second, Flag at first. First pitch, that one misses high. It chips the bat, it appears. Or are they going to say that hit him? Yeah, that one hit him. So now the bases will be loaded. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. After De La Cruz is hit by the pitch. Thought at first that cracking sound might have been the bat cracking, but that one hits De La Cruz up and in. So now coming in is Sage McMinn with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth in a tie game. Bases loaded for Sage McMinn in only his third game as a Plainsman, and he has the opportunity to be the hero for North Platte here tonight. First pitch from Shaw. Swung on, struck up foul out of play on the third base side. No balls and one strike the count of start here from Jacob Shaw to Sage McMinn. So no balls, one strike. Shaw, the right-hander, looks on to Sage McMinn. No balls and one strike the pitch. 0-1 is swung on and missed. No balls and two strikes now the count from Shaw to McMinn. There was a pitcher up in the bullpen for Hastings, but they elect to keep with Shaw here in the bottom of the ninth. Infield playing in here with the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2 pitch to McMinn. 0-2 just fouled back to the backstop. No balls and two strikes. The count will remain. Nice job by McMinn just to be able to get a piece of that one. No balls and two strikes the count from Shaw to McMinn. No balls, two strikes. Shaw to McMinn, the left-hander. The bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2, that one is going to be grounded into right field, and it's through for a base hit. Servine scores from third, and Sage McMinn is the hero here tonight as the Plainsmen walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. Sage McMinn, in only his third game as a North Platte Plainsman, is the hero, and the Plainsmen win this one 6-5 here in the bottom of the ninth. What a game between these two. This one went back and forth from the beginning. 4 runs in the second for the Sodbusters, 3 in the bottom of the sixth. Both teams score 1 in the seventh. And now Sage McMinn, the walk-off hero for the Plainsmen here tonight. Well, an exciting finish to this one as Sage McMinn, the newbie, is the hero for the Plainsmen. They win this one 6-5. Our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show is coming up next, including my conversation with head coach J.M. Kelly. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Here at Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
Hi, this is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. If you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military, it's only $14.95 plus tax. And one exciting thing too is we don't do contracts here. You have a small activation fee, and you have a small deactivation fee, and that's it. We don't have contracts here at the Nebraska Athletic Club.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden.
Back with you from Billwood Field on our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show. I'm joined with head coach J.M. Kelly after a walk-off winner here by Sage McMinn. And first off, Coach Sage being a guy that really just, started getting going for you guys. He comes in, he's the hero. What are the emotions like after this win?
Super thankful to have him join us as late as this is in the year. Really good ball player. Walk-offs are fun. It's just you look at the scoreboard and you probably can't see it at home. But second inning, you give up a 4 spot, and then things just feel dead. Things aren't going your way. The guys punch back and get a run in the third, and some more zeros. We had some more opportunities to score some runs. We didn't do it, and you kind of start feeling like, well, that may have been our opportunity. Well, that may have been our opportunity. And finally, to get those runs in the 6th. And, we miss out on the shutdown. Asher comes in and does a great job. Gives up the run, and then we get the run back. And it's I've used the word before, just resilient for these guys to continue to play the way they do. We're a good fourth quarter team. I wish we weren't. I wish we were in a good ball club through all 4 quarters. But when it matters, when we've got a chance to go win a ball game, I'll put our guys up against anybody, and I'll feel good about it. So I've talked here for a long time. I probably need to let you ask some more questions. But super thankful and honored to be a part of this group of guys, and proud of them for the way they play.
Wanted to talk about Caleb Bunch too. He consistently has come in and done what you've needed him to do, and he came in, gets the win here tonight after pitching those last 2 innings. What can you talk about him and what he's been able to do for you this season?
Must-win game. Caleb Bunch has got to be on the mound. That guy is going to be a part of a lot of wins down the road at Ranger and wherever he ends up. He's a Division I arm, and regardless of where he chooses to go to school, he's going to be a part of a lot of wins in that program because that's how good of a pitcher he is. The moment's never too big for him. He's going to come in and shut the door. He's going to come in and he may be able to start for you. Just a super talented arm and just an even better person. So super glad to have him with us and really excited to see what his future holds.
And, what do you think was the key to getting those bats going in that bottom of the 6th? You mentioned, 4-1, some missed opportunities throughout the game, but finally, Angel has that big 2-run shot. Cesar comes in with a big RBI single. So just what was the key to getting that going, get that momentum back to tie it up?
Just sticking with it. I mean, again, you can sit there and you can probably point out quite a few moments in the game where our guys could have just as easily said, you know what, that's it. We hadn't punched through yet. We hadn't figured him out yet, but our guys stuck with it. We figured him out. We got to him, and Luke does a great job across the field. But I just probably a couple hitters too long, and our guys took advantage of that. So just a great job by our guys to stay in the fight with him and continue to punch.
And last question for you. Now, after tonight, 7 of the 8 games that you and Hastings have played have been decided by 3 runs or less. You guys play 3 more times this week. First off, how much are you looking forward to these battles as they continue to be close, and what do you want to see from your bunch as we hit the road?
This division's the best division, no doubt. And, I don't have to worry about getting in trouble for saying anything like that anymore now that we're in a new league. But, this division is the best division by far. Not to take anything away from those other teams and the other side, they're good ball clubs. But for us to be able to play games like this night in and night out, that says something. Western Nebraska, the Fremonts. I think we ended up splitting with Western Nebraska. We ended up splitting the season with Fremont. We may be a game ahead of Hastings or 2 as far as head-to-head. So, that just says a lot about our league and our division and how good the baseball is on this side. And I'll take that any day. I love playing in games like that or being a part of games like that. And it just makes it more fun. it's competitive and it's gritty night in and night out, and guys, you really see what guys are made of that way.
Well, appreciate you stopping by. This has been Head Coach J.M. Kelly on our post-game show. We'll step aside one final time, get you a final look at this one. North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Hello, I'm...
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the Brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it happen many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
John Willis back with you one final time from Billwood Field as the Plainsmen are victorious here tonight on a walk-off winner, 6-5. Let's go over the final numbers in this one for the Plainsmen. 6 runs, 11 hits, 4 errors, 8 left on base. For the Sodbusters, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and 10 left on base. Caleb Bunch gets his 3rd win of the year, and Jacob Shaw takes his 1st loss. Game started at 6:38, ended at 9:37 with a total game time of 2 hours and 59 minutes. Will Horton was the starting pitcher for the Sodbusters, went 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, and 2 hit batters. Chris Mazzini went 2/3, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 walks. And Jacob Shaw took the loss, went 1 1/3, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. For the Plainsmen, Carson Lining got the start, 2 innings, 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks, and 1 hit batter. Micah Ford, he went 4 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and no hit batters. Asher Hastings goes an inning, 1 run, no hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. And Caleb Bunch gets the win. He goes 2 innings, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Well, for Hastings, it was that big 4-run top of the second, but that was pretty much it offensively, other than getting 1 on a wild pitch in the 7th. For the Plainsmen, it was really that 3-run bottom of the 8th. They scored 1 on a bases-loaded walk in the 7th, and then the RBI single by Sage McMinn, who ends up going 2 for 4 with 2 singles here tonight. Angel De La Cruz also had that big 2-run home run. Giancarlo Servine in his final game, he was 3 for 4 with 3 singles and 3-run score. And Garrett Thompson in his last game, he has a solo shot, as well as Cesar Garcia in his last game. He had an RBI single to tie things up. So a great night here from Billwood Field. It's a final. Plainsmen win this one by a final score of 6-5. The record is now 22-13. First pitch tomorrow from Duncan Field is at 6:35. Pregame show beginning at 6:20. I've been John Willis, and you've been listening to and watching North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
You've been listening to North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network. Visit northplatteplainsmen.com for information regarding tickets, promotions, merchandise, and much more.